The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
Your system. All right, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
Upgrade your system. All right, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to day 2 of this intense action. You guys are watching the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 3 for PUBG Battleground, powered by Crucial, by Micron, GPU partner ZOTA Gaming, alongside our media partner Gossip.gg. It's gonna be me, also Aiden, alongside Arka. Arka, I know you have brought in a lot of hopes and expectations. I want to know what's going on.
What's going on in my mind right now has to be the comeback story. You know,
Okay.
because right now, with so much happening in the garage around us, I was just sitting and thinking, which is that team who could give that fight back to the Ruthless? And I somewhere feel it's going to be the Studs. Probably it's the Studs.
Okay.
Or it could be RGB out of nowhere because they're still out of syllabus.
I mean, I am surprised to even listen that RGB can contest. They're sitting at the bottom of this table. We all have seen them bottleneck the
Yes.
situations as well. So those kind of situations, whenever you're going to put them into, I hope that today they're going to be yielding superior. And that's the thing which we're hoping, right? Day 2 is the day of comebacks. And we all know that today's day is going to set some history.
You know, the reason why I really want to cheer for the peoples on the bottom of the table, all the people who are right at the bottom of the table, is because they need a ray of hope. They need somebody
Right.
to back them up. And a little bit of confidence can probably change the table itself. So let's see whether that's going to be the case. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what these guys are fighting for. They're fighting for the big prize pool of 1 lakh rupees. And that is what we're going to be looking at. The first place is going to take home a whooping 50,000 rupees.
Well, we all know what's at stake, and every single one of them is just hoping and thinking that today's day, how can they convert and get to that first place? For now, the podium starters, as you all know, that Ruthless is sitting on the top and they are already having the eyes on the prize. The 50,000 onto the name. Second place goes for 35,000 and the third goes for 15,000. Usually the bids go higher up, but here the bids are going low.
Obviously, because the person doing the heavy work is going to be rewarded the most, right? And this is how it's supposed to be. But ladies and gentlemen, these people can attain such big prize pool by having the right kind of points in the game, and the point distribution looks like this. The team to attain the chicken dinner is going to take home the big chunk of 10 points, but this is for a single game. Let me remind you that for the second place, they're going to get 6 points, and that is where the number starts to dwindle down from the 3rd position till the 8th position. It's going to be like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 respectively.
True, and from 9 to 20, you get nothing, nada. If you get kills, yes, you have a point, but other than that, you have nothing in your arsenal. So today's day is going to be super vital for all those teams who are starting from the 2nd rank towards the 20th.
Obviously, right? It's so close from the 2nd to the 20th. It's almost a 20-point difference. So if a team can attain 10 finishes and a chicken dinner, they'll be good enough to come into that hashtag 2nd position. But let's look at the teams which are playing. Obviously, most of them is known by the performance they've given yesterday. But those who do not know which are the other teams who are still lacking behind, there is the list for you. WTM, FL, CX, BE, ZS, that is ZENSE, STD. Then we have KSA, ZWR, OR, and RZ.
Well, of course, all of these teams are going to be performing today. Let's see how they can go ahead and wreak the domination in the game itself. Josh, on the other end, we know that they have been doing something significant, but the fights earlier on itself, they're not able to convert that. But yeah, let's just go ahead towards the overall standings and understand the gravity of the situation, what the teams have to do today in order to go ahead and dethrone the table toppers.
Oh, it's going to be a very, very hard task, but yes, it is still possible because 60 pointer is what they'll have to attain by the end of today to even reach where Ruthless is standing right now with 90 plus pointers. But Atomic on the other side with 27, and look at that number from the 2nd position to the 16th position. The point difference is barely 15 points.
Barely 15. It looks like the competition from 2nd to 10th is like a place where people want to be at. But otherwise, Ruthless has already taken themselves with a really good numbers advantage. And look at the difference from Big Empire to Ruthless. It's straight up 91 points, and RGB, they have to climb a whopping number of 90 points in order to reach towards the tabletop.
Obviously, right? If one team is able to set an example, the others can also climb that summit. But ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the schedule of the day, because that's going to be the most crucial one for teams to understand which battleground are they going to be playing. It's going to be Erangel first, and we're going to be ending the day with Erangel again. But the 2 maps in between, they're going to be the trump cards.
Trump cards indeed, Miramar and Rondo, they are the pace changers. They always go ahead and derive something different. The results, we have seen it yesterday, it was astounding. The angles, the covers, sublime. But today is the day where people have to go ahead and open their eyes in the maps of Erangels.
Obviously, right, the default map, you need to gain knowledge and then you have to take those fights. But let's not forget the strategy of each and every team is just like an open book. Now they'll have to come up with something new or probably bring in their A game to defend what the teams are right now attaining with points. So ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are watching this, do not forget to share it among your friends, because these 4 maps are going to be very, very crucial for the teams at the middle of the table.
Definitely crucial indeed. And the expectations versus the reality, what's it going to look like? Today it's going to be a perfect example. Second day is the day where we already have told it's the comeback arc. So let's see if teams are actually going to perform that or they're going to fall shy yet again. Ruthless, they have been running around the map of Erangel. The game is super concrete, it's super solid, and nobody has been able to dethrone them just yet. Today is a day of comeback.
Hopefully the day of comeback, but as we said before, 3 more days of action is what they have. If not today, they can slowly take that stepping stone to be a comeback story for their team. But ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you yet again, as you're going to come back to the garage, here we request you. We deeply request you to please share it among your friends. I do understand that you guys are enjoying what we're doing on the screens, but do not be selfish, you know.
Exactly,
Gamers are
man.
always there to entertain one another. So why don't you guys go share it among your friends, bring them all over here so that they can enjoy this PUBG Battleground action.
We need a big crowd. We need to showcase what we all have, especially the teams, the performance that they're putting forth. Yesterday was a day which we could never forget at all. And today, yet again, I know for a fact that teams are going to bring in the perfect comeback and they are going to make it remarkable. So, you know what? If you guys are thinking, why should we come to the stream? This is the reason that you have to come to the stream.
Yeah, to understand the comeback stories, to understand that sportsmanship stays alive until the final match.
Exactly.
And I hope to see some teams actually retaliate and take down Ruthless. There are several teams, right? We did speak about so many teams who had that opportunity to bring them down, but yet failed. Like Studs in several matches, when they had an angle on the Ruthless, they did not go for it. But today, hopefully, we'll be able to see them, come up with a different strategy altogether.
See, the cookbooks are going to be in varieties. It's going to be in plethoras. So whose recipe is going to be the best? We're going to see that real soon. But now I'm all excited for the first game. It's going to be in the map of Erangel, as we all are going to be heading there with the flight path.
Oh, the flight path is going to be the most interesting topic of this game at the beginning, because it's going to predict who is going to be going for the drop clash. By the looks of it, it's going to start from the eastern side of the map ending to the western, or rather the western to the eastern side. I kind of...
Potato.
No, not like that. I guess it's that military base island which caught me off guard. But if I looked at this summit, I would have understood that, oh, this is the northern island. But nothing taken away from the flight path, because we can see it starts off all the way from Quarry, ending somewhere between the Milta and Novo, making it pretty clear for teams who wants to travel up to Yasnaya is going to have a little bit of an issue at the spawn regions, because early confrontation is going to be the question which need to be answered.
Well, yeah, drop locations for sure looks very concrete. Pochinki, a perfect hub for teams to go ahead and have those drop clashes. But Big DK Energy, they have something different in their mind. They want to head directly towards the dockyard itself. And it's a good place. They can go ahead, get some good loot as well. And yes, that's the place they're heading towards. Well, welcome to MINAS on the other end. They love military base. They know that the prime location is going to be that, and the loot as well is going to be super good. So might as well go ahead and get it.
Oh, yes. You were speaking about DK, and it's good to see that, they have an opportunity to go to the northern side of the map and pick up those early loot, wait for the circle to form. Oh my goodness, look at that circle.
Love it.
It's just going to betray so many of those teams on the western side of the map. Now they're going to be biting their nails and wondering what the IGL is going to call for, because their early rotation is going to cost them a little bit of a problem. But late rotations, they're going to be welcomed with a pour of bullets.
I actually love it. I love the circle. Game devs, it's a big namaskar from my end. and I'm just enjoying the entire bit of it. It's so rare to see a circle heading towards the southern island, and the teams who have thought to head towards Milta or power supply, they can easily get those perfect angles and they can head towards the circle as well. So no problem whatsoever. But western side, all the teams, problematic stances. All they have to do is nullify the situation and head towards the circle, which is a huge ask.
Yesterday we did speak about this team, right? RGB, where we thought that, there were certain places where they did shine. They were coming in as a three-man roster. Now we are able to see them. They'll come back as a four-man roster. But the first game itself, the circle betrays them as they go somewhere closer towards the school. I just hope that, they're prepared for something like this. I just hope the first game, they're going to start off in a good pace, because in case they're not able to, the pressure is just going to start mounting over the shoulder.
I hope it doesn't just crumble them. And the first fight itself looks super fantastic. One team near towards school and the other one towards school aparts. And that is fully loaded. Yesterday, their performance was half loaded. Today, let's just go ahead and see what they can bring onto the table. Couple of players already staring down at the enemies, and Rainbow, he already knows where the enemies can be, zeroing in onto the location. And I believe that this team loves to go ahead and play those Car 98 or the Bolt action. What is Nesex doing? Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
I mean, I'm worried for him right now because he's in
He's
the
out in
open
the open.
fields. If somebody goes to the terrace of that school apart, they might get a vision of some person standing out in the open wanting to be taken down. And it seems like, somewhere far away, somebody did take that opportunity to put down the first man. The confirmation did not come through yet. But could he draw the first blood? That's going to be the question which needs to be answered.
Hypothetically, if I could say RGB, if they have a really good play and they think about going ahead and executing this entire run, then yeah, they could
Zico.
mow down one entire team. But Z Warriors on the other end, Zico was a nasty one out here. He knew that Big Empire could not make that good of a performance in the day one itself. So they're just picking out the weaklings. And Big Empire is one of them.
No, I am just telling you this, Big Empire, in case they choose to retaliate, things can go a little haywalk against the side of 7 ZWR. But Zico, what a start it is for this man. Ooh. Every time I see this weapon in someone's hand, right? All I wonder is who's going to explode on. On whose face is it going to explode?
Panzerfrost. And it is derived from the German term itself. Looking at the way the bazooka just goes poof at any moment, at any point of time. Demon, he's reaching, he's closing in towards the vicinity. And there comes the Panzerfrost. It was on a man who was begging for mercy, but unfortunately infected. He was just thinking how to go ahead and decimate the opponents. The last man, Demon, what's he thinking? I believe he has a M24 in his hand, the bolt action. Can do a lot of damage ranged, but I don't think so. He has a really good scope to go ahead and complement it.
Oh, forget about the compliments. He needs to be careful because if he gives away his location, then a pack of wolves are just going to come in and eat him up alive. But whereas on the other side, Clan X seems to be a little bit on the aggressive side of things, because as soon as they heard a vehicle passing by, all they did was trying to take them down. And look at what's happening over here. Welcome to MINAS on the other side, trying to take some shots. But what was that? Coming in from the side of Zing. He was moving in the vehicle, changes his seat, comes into another seat and makes sure that he puts the player down. But WTM got the right kind of start in the map of Erangel. And look at who's making them pay. It's going to be the DAESH, who's on an assault race right now, picking up so many frags, and I don't think so they're going to stop anytime soon.
Well, a couple of players already down and they have been eradicated as well. Start Zero also joining once again into the fray. Krulix on the other end, they were also so close towards the military base. They have heard all the action. One player has gone down as well. 10 KDR out of nowhere. They're also springing in. They want all the action one by one. They are picking down even team studs. The nades are coming on point. Ruthless, they're already onto a really good start. Look at them.
Oh, Ruthless, they're just trying to third party the situation, but they need to be very careful. They cannot be the patty in the sandwich trying to do the same. As we can see, one knock has already been given. The The second one just got confirmed by the IGL himself. Nazgul cooking up a grenade. Just wants to make sure that nobody is there right in front of him.
Well, the stun was on point, but unfortunately, all those covers, it's going to help the man who's down on his knees from the likes of Team Studs. And yes, there is still one lone survivor from the likes of the DAESH. What can they do? Can he go ahead and brew up a third-party situation? But look at that. Big DK Energy, they're already calling in quits. They're like, I want to do something in this action as well. They are joining towards the top of this entire observation tower.
No, I don't think it's the right call if you ask me. Because there's been more than one team who are just warm on their fingers. They just want to press that trigger and make a man down. And that's what exactly happens to OP on the other side. He started things off. Red also accompanies him. But the kill feed is going bonkers today from the get-go. We're able to see that three teams have already head back to the lobby. But what's more important right now is to wait and watch what's going to happen at the observatory region. Oh my goodness.
Loving it.
4 teams in that southern region.
Oh
Who's
no.
going to be coming out successful?
Oh, beautiful nade.
Cyanide.
Cyanides. What a lovely nade, but there's a good retaliation as well. But can it last for a long time? This cat and mouse chase, it has to end. But it's going to end on a bad note for 2OP. Big decisions, but at the end, it was big blunder from their end. Last man standing, what can he do? BG Cena, I believe nobody can see him. Rizvi going ahead for the revival, but he knows that the opponents are going to come in as well. 4 guys, they are into the vicinity as well.
Oh, they're just whistling the song of death. They knew that that was the opportunity for them to strike, but all of a sudden, for the first time ever, we're able to see one player of Ruthless is down on his knees in an early confrontation. This time, it's one man who's trying to change everything over here.
Beautiful.
Can he get one? But no, Studs are just gonna find their demise in the hands of Ruthless. 4 kills in their name, but things are not yet done because not far away are 2 teams who heard all this commotion and they would love to chime in and pick the damaged Ruthless as quickly as possible.
Ah, no. What was that? It was a bounce back. Ryzen, well, yes, he has definitely risen amongst this entire situation. 4 kills for 4 guys, and the advantage is looking like the 4 guys, they have already attained it. Earlier on, good confrontations, good fights, hence the yield is going to be good.
I just hope this is how the game is going to be throughout the day. I do understand these early fights are pretty much entertaining, but there's going to be a dead phase in between until all these teams are going to regroup in the 3rd or the 4th circle.
You know what the power is? It's the power of the circle. The moment it became Southern-centric, multiple teams started rushing in, calling in emergency pickups and whatnot. And in that, I don't know where Big DK Energy is, but they called in a perfect rotation. And look at them, even going ahead and using the ferry. 4 guys, 1 already jumping down in the water. I don't think so they can even have that opportunity to go back again, because it goes only once, to and fro.
I mean, I don't know why these people were so late as soon as they got on the ferry and decided to traverse through it. They should all have been together. Yeah. Probably they thought that I can catch up, don't worry. And eventually they saw something bright and shiny like a first hit and they're like, this is more important right now. And that's what they did. But I hope they find boats to go across, because in case they're trying to traverse through a land vehicle, I believe the bridge blocks are going to be a little bit hard for them to fight through.
Oh, Slacksky, he has definitely disconnected. Ruthless, they're missing their ally. Down there is another team, just holding it down to the line. Good real estate, but once Ruthless is staring down at you, I don't think so that real estate is even safe for you.
You know, it all comes down to the hard covers, right?
Yeah.
If you try to be a little greedy and step out in the open, especially when a crosshair like Ruthless is looking at you, you're bound to be damaged. And worst case scenario, obviously you're going to get tagged, and then eventually you're going to see some birds flying down at you, picking up those frag against you.
You know what's a good part? It's a 3v3. If they engage in a fight, it's not that there's a man count disadvantage for either of the side. Especially Ruthless, of course, one player did disconnect, but otherwise, it's a good scenario. It's a 3v3. Once they start pouncing in, we're going to get to know who's going to have that upper edge. But as you all can see, the circle has already shrunk in. And I believe OR is already at a really good place. Very good. Dead center, captivating it and capitalizing it as well.
You know, you speak about dead centers, that means that they're going to be crosshairs from 360 degrees.
Yep.
Right? If you don't have the right kind of hard cover, you're just bound to be hit at. I just hope they are not the bigger target inside of the circle, but yet, what's more important right now is to look at the bridge region. Nobody's camping it yet, but there are two teams who are going to be contesting each other just to cross over to the southern island.
Yeah, you need that access. You need that VIP pass as well. And ferry is going to be that number one solution to all of those problems. And if you're thinking about all of those bridges, then no, stop right there.
And speaking about speed, you just have to also speak about the DDR5 5600 CL46 RAMs bought in by Crucial. You need to have those if you want to be quick on your feet. Obviously, right? A good RAM is going to make your PC run faster.
Random access memory. If you want to randomly access it, you need a better one. And same goes with Ruthless as well. Okay, they have their fourth in the picture. I love it. I love it when you see all four man joining once again into the fray. Ruthless has been a menace to the society and nobody has still now countered them. I could see one player knocked from the likes of Studs, but they could not finish him at all.
Now look at what they're doing with all the resources they have. They might be burning it for now, but they understand that there are no more fights in front of us. Why don't we just warm our crosshairs by taking some random shots?
They're like,
right?
call in, whoever is there, come out.
And also the position which they're holding right now. This high ground is going to give them the complete bird eye view of the military base island. And they can get to know where every team is right now. And after which, they can put up a roadmap as to which team to attack first and then get into the circle and what not to do. And I hope that other teams are prepared. But big DK energy. The Donkey Kongs, even though they're 3 men, they're still trying to throw some barrels against those strong Marios.
Oh boy, they're poking the bear, thinking that they're going to respond, but it's KALINGA. They're responding with a really good angle. At least getting one player knocked and eliminated. Zahu could not do much. RGB yet again jeopardized as the location is given away. KALINGA, they're holding it too dearly, and I'm hoping that they're going to convert it to a 4-pointer for themselves. But look at the amount of cojones Team Fully Loaded has. They have chosen the bridge nonetheless, and they've traversed already across and reached towards the southern island.
Now what's more important is that the late rotation is going to reward them to enter inside the circle and get that early access of the few hard compounds inside of the circle, right? Now they can gatekeep one. Second thing, they can just wait for others to go for a fight, use those ridges just to third party, spray some bullets here and there and make sure you pick up some frags. But they need to be careful because the crosshairs of Ruthless is not far away, and in case, just in case, they feel like taking a man down, one knock and a push is what they're going to rely on.
Well, with that push, they have to even understand the gravity of the situation as well. I mean, parachuting is going to be one of the perfect picture clear stance for them. But yeah, other than that, it seems very decent having the height advantage. They for sure have made many teams forget about it. Even though they push, they're going to be slammed in hard. But yes, all the teams, whoever are there outside the circles, they are struggling. And Nazgul, he has been picked off. The IGL has to bid farewell. I don't know where this fight was even beginning.
I still feel that Summit is where they are right now in the military base region. And I just hope they're prepared for the rest. But KALINGA on the other side, if you miss those shots, they're going to be punished. And punished ruthlessly because on the other side is fully loaded. Living by their name, they're actually fully loaded this time around.
I'm hoping that they can go ahead and convert more. This is just the beginning. And looking forward, even revival is going to be one of the key aspects. Very well executed. But the flashbangs are equally going to be annoying. Fully loaded. Shots all across. And there's even another team, Clan X. They're also joining in. Once again into the action. RGB, they're at the northern side of the South Island and they're also under siege. They're in a big problem as KALINGA, they're inching in close towards the circle.
Where I thought it was just a 3 Mexican standoff, now I'm able to see it's just 4-way. And the team inside the circle is going to be taking the maximum advantage of it in the name of CLX. As you're going to be watching RGB bleed out a little bit. KALINGA need to slither their way inside of the circle. Look at them take those shots and put an end for the side of RGB. This is not what I was expecting from them. Holding this part of the circle, yet committing to a fight which is unnecessary, is going to make them pay a very hefty price. No points whatsoever, and they'll be going back into the lobby empty-handed.
Empty-handed it is. This is the fifth time that I'm seeing them go home. Sad. KALINGA backs completely open and they have been exploited as well. Look at fully loaded. One player was hidden and they could not even zero in towards the location. U2 good. He needs to go ahead and execute things. He needs to heal, but I believe he's already gone. Fully loaded, being completely eliminated to that blue zone.
The late rotation. That's gonna punish you so bad with a blue zone like this. But, you know, who's the smartest among them all? It has to be RUTHLESS. They took their time, they understood the roadmap, and they immediately made it inside of the circle. And guess where? Right to the epicenter of the circle. They hold a pretty good compound and a little bit of a ridge where they can execute some more. KALINGA. KALG finally makes it inside of the circle. But DK...
Oh, lovely shots.
That's not the crosshair you're supposed to be visible in.
Oh boy, lovely shots indeed. 10 KDR, for sure he wants to go ahead and seal the deal. Did get a really good knock, but it's too far to even go ahead and slam in. And he's spotting multiple teams in the vicinity itself. So keeping the eyes keen onto the location, on the prime target, it's going to be very vital. And 10 KDR, he's managing to do it. And I'm loving the way he's playing it. Out in the open, and he has such big kahunas that I just can't believe that this man is still surviving.
Oh, look at those shots. If you peek, you need to be quick with your trigger or else you're going to get taken down. But 10 KDR, the confidence seems to be sky high and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's been looking around as he's taking those shots to understand that, you know, he's not being shot at. But what's more important is where are the other teams? Who's going to be pushing in against them? It seems like Donkey Kong is going to be inching a bit more closer to them. And this ridge region is going to be pretty crucial for the side of Donkey Kong.
Very crucial. Angles completely sublime, but looking at the sandwich situation, what can the teams do? It's Atomic Wild. They've already opened fires against ClanX. Good start. Initiation is already good. And I believe that even OR is going to join into the action. One by one, they are spotting those players. But look at the trigger discipline. It's still there. Yep, just holding it down to the wire. Mini 14 in hand. Trained as he wants to see where the flank angles are even going to be established. This one player far off the ridge. And he's going to give a really good support if Yep just goes ahead and takes his shots.
Now the circle is going to be betray all these teams and making it a bit away from them. To be specific, around, I believe, 200 to 300 meters away. And they'll have to fight their way into the circle where it's going to be RUTHLESS inside of it, trying to welcome them. OR on the other side. Beautiful execution against the side of four guys, sending them back to the lobby. But what's more important is that they've still not given up. One more man stands and he's still fighting back.
By the skin of the teeth, two players still surviving, reviving each other. Pacho, he needs to train his aim. He's missing all of his shots. That was a golden opportunity. And ClanX, they're not having a really good climax situation for themselves. OR on the other end, they have the perfect vicinity. They have the real estate onto themselves. And they have a getaway vehicle as well. This is big. This is vital. And teams, they're going ahead and sealing the deal. All of those fights, they're done and dusted. But now comes the main focus. Where is RUTHLESS?
Obviously, inside of the circle, the IGL has always given them the perfect holding angles or the holding spots inside of the circle. And I hope to see them execute some more. 5 frags strong is what they're looking. But DK, they've been in this region for a long time now. So they do understand that they need to wait for the high end to get out and then only strike. But AWB on the other side, they've also been a little bit clinical throughout the day. They picked up another team, knocked them out, probably got the confirmation as well. Do you think that somebody can snatch away this chicken dinner from the hands of RUTHLESS?
I believe multiple teams are already eyeing on it. They're at the center, the epidome of this entire battle. And they're still taking those constant fights, knocking all the teams all over. And second account, He did shut down the entire team, but he's not going to go scotch free. Open reflex on the other corner. They're going to eliminate ClanX. This is not a good end at all. Surviving till the skin of the teeth, just thinking that they can be Superman, but at the end, what were they? Flying ducks.
Speaking about flying ducks, I'm able to see another team in the name of Cruel X who are just trying to open an opportunity for themselves.
Oh no, opportunity presented.
Yes, Slacky over there is not going to miss much. If you run out in the open like that, you're going to be shot at. It's going to be another player from the side of Donkey Kong, down on his belly, cooking up a nade. But Slaxy knows exactly what the opponent's mind is. He's going to be reading it right, changing the angle. But eventually, the answer comes back perfectly. I would call it the perfect barrel as of now.
Oh my lord!
Has come in, but it's not going to matter, does it?
The support was so good. 10k ADR. This man has for sure gotten that crucial moment for himself, saving Slaxky from the skin of the teeth. He was about to die, the brink. It was like touching death and then instantly coming back. This is the kind of support that you expect.
A friend in need is a friend indeed. I just love it when these teams, have each other's back and know exactly what to do. And look at what's happening over here. CLX, they were a bit overconfident. They was not expecting him to be one with the nature and then trying to fight it out. But yes, a grenade is going to be tossing, doing a lot of damage. The smokes are going to be inevitable, I understand. But I don't think so. The revival might come through. And he's going to be bleeding out. SLX, just by a snap of a finger, they lose a player. And now, how are they going to execute the further fight against that of Ruthless?
Cruel X. Well, I believe the angles were good. They had that height advantage. But at the end, the advantage turned into a disadvantage. The prone angle itself from KDR was sublime. And that's how you convert things. All of a sudden, from the center of the circle, they've gotten those corners. And that's what they needed. From being the center of attraction to not being the center of the attraction. And later on, converting that onto their own name. This is big coming in from Ruthless.
I just hope that, they'll be able to live up to your expectation. Somewhere I feel now the beginning of the end for this team is going to be coming in.
Good shots.
Oh my god, Kohli.
1 HP?
He's just 1 HP. Somehow escapes the crosshair of one of those players in the name of 10k ADR. Look at him. He's still not going to stop. Perfect use of that MK12. Will be able to give a lot of damage, but the zone is now going to question them. It's going to be a double-edged sword. Now they'll have to take the fight not only from the front, but also from the back lines in the name of the blue.
They're going to be playing it very smart, slowly just inching inside the circle as Cruel X, they're already running away for their lives. HP being such a factor that they had to run away. They knew that Ruthless, once they're in their prime, nobody can go ahead and tackle them down. These are the Bulls who are running around, constantly parading the entire teams. Top 4 teams right in front of you. And Ruthless, they have made it.
Oh, Ruthless, I'm not shocked. But what I'm happy for has to be the side of ZENSE. All foemen standing. And this is where the controlled aggression, they need to open up now and make sure that they make everyone else pay the price for putting them on the bottom of the table. But yes, Ruthless, the 3 men, the way they just chased off ClanX or probably Cruel X into the crosshairs of open reflex and then making that pay, that strategy or that aggression is something we have to watch out for. Name is Shadow. He's trying to tag off the side of RL. But I don't think so. It's going to be an easy game. A 3-way Mexican standoff, ladies and gentlemen, with one last man lurking in the shadows right next to OR, where they have no idea that Python can strike anytime soon.
Any moment, Gautam, if he enlightens himself, he can take one player down, and he does that as well. Open reflex. They were seeming like a perfect example to go ahead and shut down Ruthless, but now the numbers are dwindling. Open reflex. They did see that Gautam is there near the vicinity itself and try to YT. He is trying his level best, tossing all the nades. Zone damage grenade also deployed, and Gautam, he's already ran across. He's sprinting.
Now, what's more important is, are you using so many
resources?
He gets the second too, but does not. Gautam, with that AUG, will be able to register another knock. He knows he needs to get that confirmation, and before he goes down, he does do the damage against the side of OR. Open reflex from an advantage falling to a complete disadvantage. And look at who's taking advantage of this situation. In the name of Ruthless stands 3 men who are punishing the side of ZENSE, trying to bring them back to their sense. And let's see whether this is the moment for them to strike.
Things are getting freaky for sure. One player knocked, but instant revival won't be given. He's way too far, scattered, and 2 players are remaining from Ruthless as well. Can be a good game for ZENSE, but those constant knocks as the circle is also inching in. The teams need to go ahead and start setting their foot inside into this action. Open reflex, last man standing. He can create the best possible deviation at this point of time.
Now, what's more important right now is to see how open reflex, who are going to be targeting. Because right now, my enemy's enemy obviously is going to be my friend, right? So if they target the side of ZENSE, then it's going to be a bit of an issue. But if they target RL, they might have a fighting chance. 10k ADR. He's got to be healing himself. Still got his crosshairs locked. The
lovely shots.
More
1
than enough
HP
for him to put the player down.
The third goes.
Running out in the open. And then he's got to be punished.
Gone!
Oh my goodness. 10 frags is what this team is holding right now. And doesn't take the name of stopping. It's got to be the last man standing from the side of OR. A 1v2 situation. Open reflex. Can they pull off the match of this tournament? That is something we need to wait and watch. Kicks on the other side. He's got to be healing himself. Put up a smoke. He needs to boost. Change his location. But the pixels are visible. And Ruthless are not going to miss much, as Bustaki has already done the damage. Now they're going to be pushing in. And the winner chicken dinner yet again goes into the hands of Ruthless. Oh my goodness. Somebody stop these guys before they snatch the championship away.
They are the mad lads. They're constantly gonna go ahead parading the other teams and getting that winner chicken dinner. What a way to start things. Ruthless, of all the teams, have survived till the end. But guys, you know what? It's about time to take a small little break. See you on the other side.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
When are you gonna upgrade your system? Alright, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
so evil, it's changing my nature. Still I'm so appalled, you thought I couldn't get at you. It's looking bleak, there's blood in the streets. A treat for the freaks, defeating the beast. It's been weeks, at least there's moments of peace. Increase the heat. I wanna watch it burn. Come on, burn it down. Okay, burn. You with me? Burn it down. I wanna watch it burn. I don't back down from anyone. I don't back down from anything. Of all my foes, you a little one. The pressure at all is an easy thing. I know the reason you running from. You fear it the most, that 101. Buddy is sweeter than honey bun. If I was you, I would be terrified. It's looking bleak, there's blood in the streets. A treat for the freaks, they feeding the beast. It's been weeks, at least there's moments of peace. Increase the heat. I wanna watch it burn. Burn it down. Burn. I wanna watch it burn. Show me some mayhem. Show me some mayhem. Bring in the mayhem. Burn it down. Watch it. Slipping back in the darkness again. Slipping back in the darkness again. I'm slipping back into the darkness again. Slipping back into the darkness again. Whoa! It's looking bleak, there's blood in the streets. A treat for the freaks, defeating the beast. It's been weeks, at least there's moments of peace. Increase the heat. I wanna watch it burn.
Yeah, I'm a dead man walking by day, wondering if there's medicine I can take. Wait until the sun goes down, that's when I can let it out. You can call me crazy, I call it fate. Transformation taking over me. From dusk till dawn, I'm digging my way up the grave. From dusk till dawn, I'm staring my fears in the face. From dusk till dawn, I got to hell to raise. They've got a price to pay. From dusk till dawn, from dusk till dawn. I can feel the ice run through my blood, surges through my body all at once. My heart pumps in the dead of night. My feet run into the fire, right into the fire of my soul. Let the transformation take control. From dusk till dawn, I'm digging my way up the grave. From dusk till dawn, I'm staring my fears in the face. From dusk till dawn, I got to hell to raise. They've got a price to pay. From dusk till dawn, from dusk till dawn. From dusk till dawn, I'm digging my way out the grave. From dusk till dawn, I'm staring my fears in the face. From dusk till dawn, I'm digging my way out the grave. From dusk till dawn, I'm staring my fears in the face. From dusk till dawn, I got to hell to raise. They've got a price to pay. From dusk till dawn, from dusk till dawn. They say I'm young, they say I'm dumb, but what they don't know, it's where I've been and who I am, all the ways I've grown. Blood in the sweat, tears and regret, made me hard as stone.
Well, what a beautiful game. What a beautiful game. Second day, same story. right? Ruthless, yet again, Erangel, they have taken the winner chicken dinner. And this time also, they have gotten some really good kills on their name.
I mean, it was perfect execution if you ask me. Trying to build pressure on the weakest side of your map is one of the few things which other teams do not learn. They
Right.
made sure that they push away Cruel X coming in from one side, and once they understood that Crucial X is not there to bother us anymore, that is when they turn their attention to another team altogether. And
Right.
that is how you need to select your fights. There's no necessity for you to have a divided attention in the first map of the day itself, and that is where we saw Cruel X fail ruthlessly into the hands of Open Reflex.
Well, I see what you just did there. So yeah, situations were very dicey. I mean, tucking the tails and running away was not at all one of the opportunities that Cruel X needed. They should have actually committed a fight against Ruthless itself.
I'll give you a reason why they had to do that. Because the circle was smaller.
Right.
And sometimes when you see a very small circle and you understand the number of players alive or the number of teams alive, and you see that and you understand in this small circle, I don't think so. The more I move, the more I'm going to be shot at.
Right.
That is where you commit to a fight. It's a do or die situation. And I
Exactly.
somewhere feel they failed to come to that decision, and that is how they got taken down.
So that's the thing. The fight should have been taken from Cruel X, but eventually they just stuck their tails, ran away, went into another enemy's arms, and they welcomed them so well.
I hope so, but it's time for us to look at the match summary and see exactly by stats how did the game look like. The number of headshots this time around I'm expecting to be a little bit higher than yesterday, but I guess our spectators were strong enough, our production was strong enough to capture all those 11 headshots, and that's why we felt like most of it would have been missed out.
Yeah, most of it was seen right in front of us, and the damage as well. It is not that much that we were expecting. 11,336.9. But talking about the long kill distance, even though there were like multiple teams staring down at the same angle, expecting that, oh, here there might be a team just peeking around that corner, I was expecting that there can be a scenario where those long range shots would come into the picture. But eventually it's just 276.4 meters. So yeah, I'm not that surprised.
I mean, it was a very fast-paced game if you ask me. So obviously the distance had to be a little bit shorter. I was expecting somebody to, shoot from across the island when they were trying to pick up a boat or something.
Okay.
Or across the bridge, and that could have been recorded the longest possible. But if you have Ruthless spraying you down from every nook and corner, I don't think so you're going to have that space, right?
Yep, that's what it was looking like, and that's what it seems like. Talking about the winner chicken dinner stats, let's just look into all of those skills, potentials, what this team has brought in. I mean, multiple teams are just thinking that how to tackle this big force, but all you have to do is commit to the fight. Just know your perfect angles, go ahead, shoot, annoy them, and that's how you can get the entire team of Ruthless.
This is where Ruthless has been a team to watch out for. If one game you see that Nazgul being taken down, it's going to be 10 KDR who immediately replaces him and does the damage against the opponents. Look at that, 1,135 for the 5 frags which he's picked
Jeebus,
up. And
creepers.
let's not forget that the other 2 as well, right? Slaxy on the other side. The way he's able to deal so much of damage to keep enemies at bay so that, his teammates can change position and gain those finish points was the most crucial moment of the game.
Indeed. Well, they have for sure made things very possible for the entire team. And talking about the first game, what happened here? Match 5 standings, Ruthless sitting pretty with 20 additional points. Total 101 point onto their name. It's 111.
Yeah.
Is what they have. Wow.
Yeah.
111.
In the 5 games they have played, it seems like, they're getting an average of a 20 plus pointer. So
Always.
It's good to see that Ruthless living by their name, but Open Reflex slowly trying to catch them up. 16 points, 10 frags is what they got. Just in case they had chosen which team to take down first and made a wiser decision than they did within the game, probably they would have been placed on the top of the table. But ZENSE, happy to see this team is slowly bouncing back. And finally, RGB, at least a point from this game. That's a good thing to see.
Total 2 points. Total 2 points is what they have. So,
Man, you're starting somewhere, right?
I am starting somewhere. So it's just one thing, right? They are also starting. They're eventually going to reach to that pinnacle as well. But to reach there, it shouldn't be like they have taken all 5 days. They need to start soon now. They have to slowly shift those gears, reach into that perfect A game by the end of today.
Oh, I thought you were going to say by the end of Rondo, at least by the end of the map, you would have got some 10
I'm giving
to
them
12
the leeway.
points. Okay. Hopefully they understand how much of a leeway they're getting over here. But yes, Studs, the downfall of Studs and ClanX was a little bit disappointing. Good to see that, DK Energy is still trying to live up to the expectations of their fan. But CruelX, 6 points is what they had. And just in case they had committed to a fight, they could have made it so much more better.
Things were shaping up better. Over and out, those fights were coming in picture perfect. But later on, those kind of executions against Ruthless, it is just you're messing with fire.
Oh, yes.
And if you're messing with fire, you're bound to burn your hands. So might as well
You need to bring in a tsunami if you have a fire like Ruthless in your lobby.
I was about to say get in some gloves and then tackle the situation because that would have been very easy. Bringing a tsunami in the map of Erangel, that seems like a tough job already.
I hope so. I hope so. Few teams. if you ask me, CruelX had that opportunity.
Okay.
And not only CruelX, it was also Open Reflex also at the end moment. They did have that opportunity. But let's not take away from any other team. And let's see how the second match is going to go for all these teams.
Well, yes, the action is yet to begin, and Miramar, well, that's one of the places we're going to head to. Before all of that, let's just clear all the norms. The MVP of the game, who's it going to be? 10 KDR, of course, this man right here has done a lot of damage, man.
We did see, right, 1,000+ damage coming in from this man alone, and almost matching up to his IGL when it comes to the frags of yesterday. A total of 5 frags is what he carried. It's good to see that, a player like him is stepping up when the team requires the most. And this is where you finally come into the limelight and grab away those followers or wanting to, become a fan of someone who's capable of showing such kind of stats.
And that's where 10 KDR comes in. Those backstabbing opportunities, the perfect support that he was giving Slacksky. I still cannot forget Slacksky is so blessed. And 10 KDR out of nowhere, he sprung out. He's like, wait a second, how dare you take out my friend? I'm gonna be just making you into tears and bits and pieces. And that's what he did. So he tore them apart one by one limb at a time. And he just made the perfect game for the entire team. More than 1,000 damage is what we can see. So you can understand the amount of firepower this man holds.
Hopefully we'll be able to see some more of it happening. But ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to share it among your friends. If you guys are liking what we're doing over here in the garage, do not forget to hit the like button as well. And we did get to know yesterday, a few of you enjoyed the games and did not subscribe. And hopefully you're not going to disappoint us today.
I hope you guys don't disappoint us. Yes, well, Arka is right here. When he rolls up his sleeves, you're done, okay? You're done, so don't. Yeah, look at him. He's like, no. Don't do it. Do it, actually. Do it. Subscribe.
So let's see how things are going to be. Okay, now coming back, if we have to speak about the next one, right? Who do you actually think is the team to watch out for, apart from Ruthless? Let me take that away from you.
Yeah, I know. I was about to take that out myself because I know Ruthless are not going to shine in the map of Miramar. They're not. They always have an idea.
That's a big statement.
Yeah, they always have the idea. They have the perfect execution. But at the last moment, team like Studs are going to come into the picture. So TOPG, Studs, welcome to MINAS. These are the 3 teams that I'm expecting some kind of a firepower coming in from their end. Other than that, Ruthless, for sure, they're going to be in the last circle. But winner, chicken dinner, will they squeeze it out yet again is going to be the biggest question.
Somewhere I feel the Kalingas this time around might bring in something different. The kind of aggression they showed in the initial stages of Erangel was really good. Okay. So I'm serious. So somewhere I feel that, they might turn into the Vipers in the deserty islands. And they might strike when the time is.
Oh, you mean rattlesnake?
Call them the rattlesnake. At the end of it, they're Kalingas, right? Kalingas, if I'm not wrong, is for the King Cobras.
King Cobras, yes. I'm expecting from these 3 teams itself. Kalingas, they have a very weak game whenever it comes to Miramar. Very weak game. They always head towards those kind of spots where they're going to be penalized. They're going to be pincered. And that's the place I would never want to be at.
Okay, Kalinga, if you guys are listening to me, do not disappoint me in this game. Please. Because he's been what, dominating me by saying this, that they're not good, but somewhere I feel...
It's not that I'm not telling that they're not good. It's just that whenever they take those fights, right,
Yeah.
the confidence, it just goes like this. It needs to go all the way around. They need to boost up like a rocket rather than going like a submarine.
Now you're gonna put your hood up and you're gonna strike, okay?
Yeah, let's go.
And that's what I'm gonna be expecting from you guys. But those who are watching, if you guys are enjoying this, as I reminded you yet again, do not forget to hit the like button, share it among your friends, as probably the game is going to be starting any minute soon. But before we head over there, what do you feel about the garage today?
The garage looks amazing. I love the way the Jeep has actually exploded the entire wall and has entered inside. Alongside the buggy, I did not know that they had so much power in front. Even though the engines are, okay, one is at the rear, one is at the front. But the front, how is it even sustaining all the damage?
I mean, okay, let's make the game do the talking, right?
I want to do that too.
Yeah.
I want to do that too. Let the game do the talking and enjoy the entire game. Miramar is going to be on a screen real soon. All the teams are locked and loaded. And
where's the first circle? Quickly.
first
you have
circle.
10 seconds.
Western side. Western side.
8,
Not
7,
western side.
6.
Not-
Okay.
not western
okay.
side.
He's going to be going to the western side. I'm going to be going to the eastern side. Right, getting right into the game of the map of Miramar. It's going to be the deserty islands, ladies and gentlemen. I hope to see that Kalingas will be able to attain at least one chicken dinner by the end of today. This is going to be the 6th map of the grand finals, and the flight path is already starting to be a bit more interesting.
Oh, I love the circle. I love the flight path, to be honest. It is heading all the way from Impala towards prison. So teams who are planning to head towards Chumasera, they have the perfect angle. Alongside teams heading towards El Pozo, well, bad times for them. Los Leones can be one of the places where the drop clash is gonna be seen. And I'm enjoying that part. The flight path is already giving us every single entertainment in front of us. So yes, that's the one of the places which I'm going to focus at. Miramar, it's a lovely map. And lovely map, which I mean is this early clash itself. And El Pozo is one of the places I believe the first circle is heading towards. I believe my prediction is going to be bang on point. It's going to come in 10 seconds. What's it going to be? Come on, tell me, Arka.
Cruz de Valle.
El Pozo, centering El Pozo.
Okay, let's see who's going to be right. But as of now, any early confrontation?
Fingers
I
crossed.
just wanted to sip a little bit of hot water. And by then I can say Valle del Mar is going to be one of those places where we could see some early action take place. Donkey Kong also is way too close to comfort with that of 2OP. Oh my goodness. It's good to see that we both are on the losing end of things.
You know, it's like a Venn diagram, you know. Right at the middle is what the game devs have thought about putting the circle in. So it's neither yours nor mine. But okay, it's good to lose that way, right? Because teams are going to be happy. They know that Los Leones is one of the places, and it's only one team going ahead and enjoying all that loot. Ruthless, yet again.
Oh, look at what's happening on the bottom left of the screen. There are some shots already being taken. It's going to be in the name of Donkey Kong. We're trying to rumble their way. Yeah, they're trying to run away, but 2OP is not going to stop until and unless they do the damage. They're going to make one person go down on his knees, and then they're going to punch him until he gets finished off. And I hope this hurts Donkey Kong a little bit on their ego, and they come back stronger to put them down, because in case you're trying to take your fight away from this position, you also need to understand you have to have a hard disk where you can carry your games somewhere else as well.
Exactly. For that, you can go ahead, check out all the exclusive deals down in the description below. And you know what? Advance yourself.
Oh, yes. In the name of Crucial, obviously. I mean, from the time I've got to know that hard disk is actually portable, you can carry your game every single place. I'm just waiting to buy one for myself.
Well, the SSDs are top of the line. And alongside, well, you all know, the white flagship coming in from Zotac. That's also one of the things that you can upgrade. But these shots, they for sure are going to be upgraded. Atomic Wild, they are slamming in hard. Already know that one player was knocked on the ground. All pusher, HP damage on him. And right now he's ducked down to save himself. And once a player is going to be knocked here, it's going to be a bad sight. Already
no.
Sandwich Slayer, he has already been slayed. Krewlex getting a grueling shot onto the opponents. And Atomic Wild, right now they're thinking only one thing. Why did we take this fight?
I mean, what's more important is what are you guys doing with your throwables? As soon as you slammed in, you had so much time to cook a good grenade and throw it into the only compound which was in front of you. You did not choose to do so, but finally, that is what they choose to do. And eventually, there's no damage whatsoever. They need to watch out for Kohli because that off angle is going to be so much more crucial. King gets taken down, and now Kohli is going to be on the chase. He needs to fall back, get himself from hard cover, and from here on, AWE, watch out for your backs, or else you might get backstabbed.
Well, that was a good nade, just flushing out the opponent. But still, the angles, they haven't been cleared out. KALINGA, they have been eliminated as well. Well, the early drop clash itself is going to make them count. RAKUZAN, in the midst of all of that, have been annihilated. Welcome to MINAS. They're also joining into this action. But this battle, it hasn't come to an end. Atomic Wild, they are planning for something more mischievous, but those angles, it's not at all working. Kohli, good nade all together. And Clanex, they are slowly but steadily inching in close to getting those kill points.
What's more important is then Krewlex needs to, right now regroup. There's no necessary for one person to hold an off angle. They need to make sure that they regroup, find a ridge for themselves, rotate from that ridge where there is no crosshair who's going to bother them, and then try to put the opponents down. But this division, this is what I call a double-minded game, or probably a divided attention, and that's going to be costing them a lot. Kohli eventually is going to be punished by Pusher's grenade, and now we can see that it's Jing who comes out of his cover. He wants to do something different. I don't know, it's way too late for him to do that. He's going to be put to an end, put out of his misery, and AWE, they're going to be so much happy to get these 3 frags, which was just lying in front of them for the taking.
Oh boy. Those good points indeed. And slowly but surely, this team made sure that they could get all of those points untethered. And this is lovely. Atomic Wild, for a second I thought that they are going to lose a heartbeat, but they did not. Ruthless on the other end, they are trying to get another team bow down as Donkey Kong's couple of players have already gone, done and dusted, last man standing, and he's not going to be seeing any of this action as they're playing for those positional points. Nazgul, good shots altogether, and he's marking his territory yet again. 4 guys under their radar, under their vicinity. Those drop angles, it needs to be picture perfect. Nazgul yet again shining, getting all of those shots, but 10k ADR in the response, he has taken a raw beating.
I'm disappointed, to be frank.
KALINGA?
Oh, yes. I was just waiting for them to come into a new form. I just hope that at least 1 frag or 1 point is what they could gain before going down. But hey man, I'm still gonna hope for them at least for another map or so, because Rondo is a wild card. They might bounce back a little stronger. But yes, right now in the map of Miramar, I think I'm gonna shift my bet towards WTM.
At this point, I just want to tell you one line. Welcome to PUBG Battlegrounds.
For some reason, that's a little bit painful. Hey man, as I said, I
No
just
pun
enjoy
intended,
every other game. Yeah. But the DAESH, what have they done? Just by a spray, I see them taking down a complete squad of Big Empire. Oh my goodness. It seems like they're running hot as well. I can see more than 1 engine hot in this game, right? So I hope to see all of these engines collide in the final circle. And yes, we might have to wrap faster, but the audience are going to love every bit of this map of Miramar.
Love it when it told all of those engines roaring and just reaching towards a perfect set destination. As we all know, we are in the garage as well, so spanners and all of those things are going to be amped up, ready for taking in charge. And same things goes for Ruthless. As I can see those shots through the map overview itself, they are in another battle. They're taking things down in their own hands. 4 guys, no matter what 4 angles they're covering, it's going to be Ruthless just captivating them and wreaking havoc at this point of time. So those angles, even though it's going to be capitalized by 4 guys, a good response is set by Ruthless.
No, this is the moment for them to actually rush in. They see a solo man far away from his teammates holding a single compound. and if you have 2 men, it's time for you to push. Just push, do the damage, get that finish. Probably you might, lose a player or so, but it's on the cost of getting Ruthless out of the lobby, and that's more important right now.
Ouchie. That's a big boo-boo coming through. TOOP on the other end, they have a vicinity, but they are constantly keeping the eyes on the prize. That is Ruthless. They know what the prize is, what the stakes are, and if they take down such a big force, then the entire map is going to be accessible for them to go ahead for that rotation. Los Leones. One of the places where teams have thought about going ahead, but it was only one team who got all that loot. And you all know who that team is. Ruthless. Nobody close by, nobody around near the compounds challenging them whatsoever.
Oh, no.
And that's a big mistake.
No.
Coming forward, Z Warriors, they're also going ahead and doing something big here. Notions are high, stakes are high. But Seiko, only good for one. As he goes down, can Pache Ajax, can he go ahead and make that perfect flank angle? Couple of players still surviving. Expacho, he's still yet to respond.
I mean, he just got disconnected, and that was the sad part. And now he's going to get that confirmation. But what's more important is Pacho. Can he climb up the ridge? Can he come do the damage? Because the last man standing, Ajax, seems to be a little bit stronger
angle.
when it comes to
Oh,
close range.
second!
And he'll be able to pull that off perfectly. And this is what happens when you're not committing to a fight completely. 2 men standing, 1 man trying to get in closer. Forget about the rest. Just rush and finish him off. But the retaliation, the revenge is taken by that of ZWR.
Z Warriors, revenge served cold on a plate. And yes, they're bringing back those teammates alive as well. But it's only going to be a couple of players, as one has already gone, I am Po, and the other one unfortunately disconnected. But the Sandstorm, it's going to make things worse for them. Eventually, they will get back on their feet and reach towards the circle. And looking at the rotation being called in as well, EZ, ZENSE, they haven't made any sense till now. They've not gone in for those angles, for those fights. And that's what is bugging me so much.
I mean, they were one of those teams to watch out for, to be frank. Seeing their performance in the previous round, where they had that controlled aggression, and they were having equal amount of finish points and position points, I thought that they have a well-balanced lineup. But by the looks of it, it seems like, they're choosing not to play the way they played before. Probably it's the pressure. Probably it's because they failed in a fight, and then the pressure started to mount over their shoulder, and they're just yielding to it. But yes, this is a different day altogether, and it's just the second match. They can still make a comeback over here. Far off, I can see somebody still trying to take some shots.
Oh yes, Atomic Wide Esports. First fight was very well accomplished. And Team DAESH. Oh wow, parachute for such short distance. Bullbomb for sure wanted to just land safely. And Atomic Wild, they have a really good advantage. They have that perfect compound to themselves. The garage is going to help them. And Studs, the previous day, the way they played Miramar, it was significant. It was amazing. Final circles play to perfection. So I want to see what they can bring onto the table as well. Welcome to MINAS. They are kicking things off on a really good note. Open reflex. They're biting the dust. Fully loaded. They are messing with the beasts.
Now, the Dragunov is the right weapon if you ask me for that mid-range. All you have to do is train your crosshairs perfectly. You need to understand the bullet drop as well. It all comes down to the mechanics in a tournament like this.
Exactly.
The more stronger you are with it, the better you can perform. Yes, sometimes you need to use your brain, think out of the box. But if you don't have your mechanics right, if you don't have your basics right, it is going to bother you in one place or the other. TOOP on the other side, they're also doing something good. But what? A player just knocked his own teammate?
Mistakes happen, mistakes happen. Like you mentioned, game mechanics, it needs to be understood in order to go ahead and play it perfectly. And that's what happened. But it's okay. Things can be biblical at times, or ruthless on the other end. They're also constantly having the eyes on the prize. TOOP, Steam, they have been constantly tracking those players for those rotations. And Donkey Kong's last final player, he's taking a big gamble running around with that Jeep.
What else can he do?
Stay in one compound safe?
I mean,
I don't know.
First, you need to get to the center of the circle, right? They still have 14 teams alive. If he tries to play from the corners, he's going to be finding one crosshair or the other. So that's going to be much more important. But welcome to MINAS. I like their presence of mind. They look around, they look up and look down both. They're making sure that they have complete information about all the teams around them. But they've got 6 frags and they're looking strong. And I hope to see them at least gain some chicken dinner in the beginning of this day as well.
Well, looking down because KALINGA is going to take any form, or looking
Oh,
down?
come on.
Looking down because there are multiple teams who love to prone.
Don't be so hard on them. I do understand sometimes they deserve it by the way they're playing, but it's okay. Coming back, you're going to be looking at lost.
Second day is all about comebacks. That's what I told. That's what's gonna happen. KALINGA, next game, Rondo, wild card entry, boom, bam, and there comes a winner chicken dinner. What say, huh?
After a betrayal like that in the map of Miramar, it's gonna take a lot for me to bring them back into my list of people I can bet on. But okay, let's give that element of doubt to them. But yes, on the other side, we're able to see that OR is right now giving a little bit of troubles for WTM, and they eliminate them completely? No, but yes, 2 frags is what they picked up. Oh my goodness, the circle. Now Donkey Kong, this is what he was trying to do. You ask him what was he trying to do. He was trying to get to the center of the circle and then find a hard compound so that the survival time is going to be much more longer.
The better angle would have been Los Neones's, that too, the southern side. Southeastern side would have been the best bet for them to even go ahead and stay for a longer time. Now, like you mentioned, center of the circle. Center of the circle means more attention, and that equation is going to be bad for Donkey Kong itself.
Now, let's see whether that's going to be the case. This is something which we both are going to watch out for.
Yep.
But as of now, Ruthless, the split they're holding is kind of worrying me now, because the circle, this is the 3rd phase. Once the 4th phase kicks in, the teams are going to be coming in a bit more closer. And as soon as they find there's a solo man running, all 4 crosshairs of that team is going to be firing against him. So that's how it's going to be. But Rasgul on the other side, too OP. I mean, I don't know how, but that headshot did put him down on his knees.
It was slapping. That was from a Car 98K. Just imagine getting those bullet drops also perfect, and then later on hitting that perfect of a headshot onto the opponent. Like you mentioned, the entire split was worrisome, and that's where even I was landing at. Team Stars on the other end, they are having a completely different fight, and Retired Bolter, he's the last man standing. I was about to say that, but Fully Loaded have annihilated this team. Out of nowhere, things have gone from bad to worse.
Oh no. I just hope Studs at this time, this is for sure a wake-up call for them. Yesterday, the way they played Miramar, trying to hold hard compounds, making sure the enemies were at bay. But today, making a silly mistake of coming out in the open, trying to take those fights when you have 2 men already knocked out with no smokes deployed around, shows that, they are kind of biting to the pressure which is mounting over their shoulder. But Ruthless, this team as, I don't know. I think the dictionary, they need to find the word stop yourself or the word stop.
Huge force to be reckoned. Ruthless. The Caped Crusaders. Mr. Vengeance is what I can name them. Big names all across. And at the end, if they tell I'm Batman, then I will believe as well. Because they are. That's what they're doing. Welcome to MINAS. They've already initiated themselves into a fight where they were brewing it for a really long time. Open reflex. What is the response that they're going to give? Skinny, good nade being cooked, but it just falls way too short. Atik, he has his aim right on the trigger. And Unruly, he's been revived constantly. The HP damage is going to come into the picture as well. Zone shrinking in. And yes, Atik, in order to go ahead and make a big game for himself, he needs to do something big. Unruly, he just got revived and instantly falls down on the ground. HP is going to deplete as soon as possible because the bleeding, it every single time amplifies. when you keep falling down.
No, what's more important is as soon as the revival came through, they had to head into the circle, right? Now they're costing their own teammate as well. I don't know how many healings he's got to be carried to make it inside the circle, but I don't think so he's got enough to make it in. But yes, ZENSE, the last man standing. Yup, you need to be careful because there's a team which is rotating right around your shoulder. Rather than taking those fights, first he needs to get inside the circle, get himself a hard cover or a ridge where he's not going to be detected, and then probably listen to his IGL closely to understand the scenario. 11 teams, 32 alive, and you're not going to be a tough target to get taken down.
Well, yes, in order to be a tough target, you have to go ahead and get those kills as well. TEC sadly has to depart. The healings, even though it was available. So phase 4 and soon phase 5 is going to begin. So the damage amplifies and it's going to make things hell outside the circle. Ruthless, yet again, they have the height advantage and they're looking at all 4 different angles. Lost Leonis has been a boon to them, and once they thought about dropping towards that area, well, after that it was completely up to the circle and it did zero into their location itself.
It's good for us to say that Ruthless have been kissed by Lady Luck on the forehead. Trust me when I say that.
Yep.
You can't ask for a better game to get yourself a chicken dinner. Nobody to backstab you. Look at that minimap, that linear formation which they've got. All they have is information about all the other teams. And now what they're going to do is wait for the next circle to form up. In case the next circle also forms up on them, then there is no way they're going to be losing this game. But on the other side, just in case it moves away just 50 meters away from them also, then all the other teams have a big advantage. And one name which needs to play well here has to be RGB.
See, if it heads towards the northeastern side or western side, yes, it's going to be a problem for the entire team of Ruthless. But if it goes towards south, then Slacksky is already waiting inside the compound. That's the beauty of having that man count advantage with yourselves and capitalizing it, captivating it onto your own end. It's a forte of Ruthless.
I wonder where the others are. And this is what I was speaking about. ZENSE, there's no necessity for him to take shots outside of the circle. Now he's going to be bleeding out, and also shots are going to be coming in against him. Too OP on the other side. If you're knocked out and you come into the crosshairs of RL, I don't think so you can survive that. But luckily, the zone was fair enough to put him down and down under so that the frag doesn't go away. But 10k ADR is still not going to stop. It's going to continue shooting, waiting for the next man to be visible.
Oh, it doesn't matter what the situation looks like. OP, they're stuck in the crosshairs, running around, having the boosters. It has been activated, but it's a no man's land. Nobody can even step inside, set foot forth. Ruthless, constantly being a giant pain here. And they're just constantly shutting down multiple teams. Even though the revival has come through, even though the medkits have pushed the HP bar a bit too high for Cyanides, he needs to still run around, reach inside the circle, which is going to be a big ask. 4 guys that were waiting for this, and Siri, he capitalizes this.
4 guys, a good opportunity for them as well. Look at the placement inside of the circle. Slowly, they've come up right behind that of Ruthless, right? And what's more important for them is to just hide. Do not give away your location. And also, the more you push to the center of the circle, the more you'll find teams. And whereas Slacksy on the other side is giving a bit of a trouble for TD as well. Oh my goodness, look at what the circle is going to do. It's going to favor 4 guys as well as that of RL. And now we'll have to wait and watch which is that one team which is going to walk out in the open to take those frags.
TOPG, they're definitely not at the right spot here. They have to contest for it against Fully Loaded. And Fully Loaded, they're on a really good path. They have been shining. They have been playing significantly good compared to the other maps. Getting those kills have been really good, wonderful for them. And that's how they're going to go ahead and take that battle against TOPG. TOPG, even though I have seen them being a really good, confident players, assaulters all across, even the IGL favors the entire notion of going ahead and killing. This battle, they have to win it. By hook or crook, they have to deliver. And I can see on the other end, there's even RGB finally making it towards the top 7. They finally get that placement point.
This is what I said. If there's one person cheering for the team, that energy is going to eventually reach them. And somehow they might put some more points on the board. But yes, they need to be careful. Whereas on the other side, somebody please stop Ruthless. Somebody please stop Ruthless. If you guys are watching this, spam out other teams' names so that they understand that they need to be stopped. But fully loaded, they're going to be picking up a fight against the side of Top G, and this is going to be a urban warfare to be specific. There's going to be Molotov and grenades tossed in, and let's see who's going to be coming out.
Well, a beautiful nade alongside the follow-up. It's not looking good for the likes of Top G. One by one, the entire cookie crumbles, and there comes fully loaded, locked and loaded, bringing in the 6th position for themselves. Top G have been eliminated, and this was the battle I was talking about.
Oh yes, fully loaded, a perfect execution. First lookout. The only man at the corner of a building, make sure that he gets damaged not only by the Molotov but also by bullets, and then you're going to execute the rest of the thing. And look at what Ruthless is doing. If you jump out in the open like that, you think you're going to be spared. I guess not. And now they're going to be continuing their assault. One more person visible, but luckily he had the nick of a time before he got into that cover.
What are you doing, bro? You're not Slacksky. Come on, understand the gravity of the situation. In the open, they have a parachute and they're going down. How on earth are you going to survive?
I guess they're learning the lesson the hard way. But whereas on the other side, the team which has impressed me the most in the map of Miramar has to be fully loaded. 3 men standing, 8 frags already, and they are not stopping themselves from taking another fight. Right now, yes, it's the DAESH versus the side of RGB. And this is where Ruthless are going to be watching them closely. And when the time is right, they're going to come out of that hard cover and eventually take those fights. And look at that. And I can see a bit of retaliation at least coming in from these teams. Rainbow, the last man standing. Can he detect the final player? Can he go ahead, push, and finish things off?
Oh no, his 7 colors are going to be seen as death and death only. 4 guys on the other end. They knew that the action was going on. The DAESH did capitalize, but look at them. They just have 1 man standing, fully loaded in the crosshairs. Siri, good shots taken, both the angles. He knows from his where it's going to be the peak coming through. And Siri, captivating all of those angles.
It's a good one to see that. But what's more important is, will Ruthless choose to take down LF first? Or are they going to push towards that side of four guys? Because 4 guys, they deserve this win. At least for the aggression they're holding. But AWE, they're playing that hide and seek game. They're like, you know what, I'm going to run first. And then you follow up, and probably will be missing the crosshairs of Ruthless. But Ruthless on the other side is like, we'll show you game mechanics. We're going to show you our strength. Every time Nazgul is going to peek, he's going to make sure that 1 bullet at least connects. And that is striking fear in the hearts of the opponents.
Well, true. 4 guys, this time they remind me of one team, which is Studs. The way they have that man count advantage, checking all those corners. It's just that they're falling short of one thing, the height advantage.
Oh, yes.
That's still at the favors of Ruthless itself. Circle zeroing in, and it's just the phase which is going to start 7th, ending real soon. And Mustaki, look at him. He's constantly being a menace to the society. Bowl Bomb has been taken out of the picture, but there's a steal.
Now this is the moment for Atomic Wild Esports, Gautam to shine. A 1v1 situation, a fair fight where he can actually take down an opponent, get this compound all for himself, wait for the opponents to take a fight. But yes, the 2 big bulls have locked horns. We can see that Ruthless versus 4 guys have already started off. Whereas a divided attention yet again coming in from the side of 4 guys, where they're also trying to take a fight with 4 FL fully loaded. So the next fight which is going to take place is going to be the most crucial one. The pixel is still visible over there. If it was for Ruthless, they would have taken them down. And finally, it's going to be RAKUZAN who's taking advantage of this. He's going to wait until the opponents make a mistake. But Ruthless on the other side, they're going to be like, thank you so much for all the hard work. We're going to be reaping benefits of whatever you guys do.
My lord, the height is for sure favoring the strongest here. 10 kills. Solid game yet again for them. But in contention is going to be 4 guys. They have 4 man strong, and they have pulled some miracles day in, day out. This is their game, and I would absolutely hate it if they go ahead and give it away.
Man, trust me, it hurts when you keep too much expectation on a team. Do
Kalinga?
not do that. I just hope this time around you don't feel that, oh yes, the perfect grenade to be deployed at this point of time to lure out enemies, and eventually Mithrage is going to be coming in, he's going to be peaking to perfection, and the gun, he's made sure that he makes the opponent pay, and now he's got a bit of an opportunity. Look at what's happening on the other side. Mustaki for the first time trembles in fear as shots are going to be connected against him. Nazgul has got a shotgun in Miramar, and that's a bit surprising.
S686, that's a beautiful shotgun. Couple of shots loaded onto the chest and the opponent is poof, gone. And this is the place he knows actually it's going to be a perfect opportunity. At the last moment, this IGL has thought about a switcheroo, which is going to be a big game changer. Nade dodged, and this is the perfect opportunity. One nade is what Nazgul has, and he can make it count. Those shots are going to be perfect. Shot by taken down, 13 HP. But look at the flank angle, 10k ADR constantly being a menace. Finally, someone shuts him down, but there's a flank angle coming through. RL, they're on to a different league altogether, and they want to shut this entire game down one by one, taking down those players by nades or whatnot. Bullets being unleaded as well. Shot by, he's still knocked down. Risen, can he pull this clutch? We have seen him do it multiple times right now. Nazgul, he fell prey to that silly mistake. Nade was in his hand, and he was cooking it out for perfection. Unfortunate events have struck down, and that's where Risen, what can he do?
What? Risen just finished off his own teammate to get some loot?
Something. Yes,
Oh
he does
my
not want to give the
goodness,
kill.
he doesn't want to give that. That's one side of the story. But also getting those information, he could have just revived and used him as a bait in the further moments of the game. But let's see what's going to happen. There's going to be one man standing on the other side. Watch all this drama take place. It's going to be an off angle being held. Ryzen needs to watch out for his back from a different angle. Another player, but 10k ADR. He snaps. He slaps right into the face of the opponents. 14 frags strong is what RL is looking at this point of time. We need to wait it out. We need to see a 1v3. Can it take place over here? Mithraj, he has done the phenomenal so far, and all he has to do now is wait for the opponents to make a mistake.
Ruthless are like Thanos. They're snapping their fingers constantly and getting those reward points. Flashes on point. They knew where the location is. Mithraj, he was good for a 1v1, but can he convert this? Shots taken, shots fired, and he won't be able to respond that on a good note. Ruthless yet again have taken the winner chicken dinner, and this is the second game moving forward.
Guys, trust me when I say this, I need a breather after a domination like that. You guys know the ritual. Probably will be getting into a break. You know what you guys are supposed to do until then? Share it among your friends. Make sure they all come in over here. Until then, we're going to be taking a short break. See you guys on the other side.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
When are you gonna upgrade your system? Alright, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
from dusk till dawn. I'm staring my fears in the face. From dusk till dawn. I'm digging my way at the grave from dusk till dawn. I'm staring my fears in the face from dusk till dawn. They got to hell to raise. They've got a price to pay. From dusk till dawn. From dusk till dawn. They say I'm young, they say I'm dumb, but what they don't know, it's where I've been and who I am, all the ways I've grown. Blood and the sweat, tears and regret, made me hard as stone. On my own, on my own. Put the work in, yeah, I earned it. It's my destiny. Yeah, I'm on top, can't be stopped. Shooting my shot. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm the one. I'm a legend. Get what I want. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm on top, can't be stopped. Shooting my shot. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm the one. I'm a legend. Get what I want. Oh, oh, oh. Do a double take, see me on fire, see that I can't break. Knew I'd be great, knew I would rise through all of the pain. All of the love, so with it now, keeper of all faith. Never changed. Put the work in, yeah, I earned it. It's my destiny. Yeah, I'm on top, can't be stopped. Shooting my shot. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm the one. I'm a
Well, I know what you guys are thinking. It's yet again gonna be another domination coming in from Ruthless. This is not gonna stop. It's never gonna stop at all until some force is gonna collide with that bull and it'll incapacitate them. So I don't know when that will happen.
You know, if you ask me, they were actually a force
Okay.
guys. 4 guys.
Okay. Oh, okay.
They had an opportunity, if you ask
They
me.
did.
You know, the only difference what Ruthless did, what I would rather say that, you know, the only thing which 4 guys did not do what Ruthless did was when they went for that trade, Ruthless was close to one another to get the revival through immediately.
Okay.
Whereas
Yeah.
4 guys, they were spread around so much in the map. Whenever there was a knock, there was no opportunity for them to go in for that revival. So
True.
Ruthless was able to come back on their feet quickly, get that man advantage as quick as possible, and then push in to take that chicken dinner for themselves. But you know what? That was not necessary for 4 guys to push in.
I have another question. What did Risen do at the last bit?
I don't know why he went in for it. He could have gone in for the revival because there was no shots coming in from any corner. It was
True.
just 3 teams which was alive, right? He could have still gone in for the revival, used the guy with lower health as a bait, and then try to get a trade over him, and then had a fighting advantage on a 1v2. So there are many possibilities, but just in case he thought the opponent was offline, that was the only option he had. Finish him off, pick those first aids, and then look forward for what he can do.
Things did shape up to be that way itself, but let's just go ahead and look at the match
Yeah.
summary and understand what just happened more. But yeah, good perspective on that one, Arka. I love it.
Oh yes, but yes, the match summary is going to give a better perspective. 17 headshots in comparison
Oh,
to the
mama.
previous map shows that, you know, people are getting a bit serious. 81 total knocks. Good to see the revivals are also coming through. But yes, what's more important is to watch out for the longest kill distance. 345 meters. Better, but not the best.
Damage has been something which has caught my eye, and that's the reason I told, oh mama, 15,490. Well, this is just the benchmark for Miramar. We have seen something more, but we have seen even the longest kill distance to be a better scenario as well. But overall, I love the way things are just shaping out to be.
But what's disappointing me is the total healing. It shows that, you know, people are not actually going back to heal themselves. probably the 175 healing, most of it would be from the side of Ruthless themselves, because they were trying to heal themselves and then come in. No matter how much the damage was, they did not risk to take those knocks. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll be stepping in to see what's the stats of the chicken dinner team is going to look like, because every time they
Dominating.
get success for themselves, it's good for us to see what is the key they used for it.
Dominatrix. That's the key. That's the phrase you have to look forward for. Ruthless, till now, they have just made things easy for themselves. They landed at Los Leones, they won at Los Leones. There was no moving at all. It was just a couple of compounds here and there, but that's pretty much it, man. Look at them. It's peaking damage. 10k ADR, 1k plus yet again. Mustaki, 1k plus yet second time. So yeah, overall the team is functioning as a unit.
You know, it's good to see that, you know, all of them are contributing for those knocks. Yes, the conversion rate came later on, and that's why they've got more kills in comparison to the knocks they've achieved. But yes, the damage speaks for itself. The high ground advantage they had in Los Leones, they made sure that they fire at every nook and corner to get as many knocks as possible. And what did they achieve by that? To keep the enemies at bay.
And they were functioning so good, they kept them at bay, isolated those fights again. 4 guys won it royally, and then the royal flush came through as well. The DAESH, I don't know what that last man was doing. He was so good. He was relentless. He was having a perfect ball. The 1v1 against Atomic Wild as well went in so good. But eventually he just sat there like a duck watching the entire fight, did not even contribute.
I guess he was more about getting those position points. One valuable position point between the #2 and #3 does do a bit of a difference when it comes to the overall standing. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll be stepping into the match standings of the map of Miramar, where this is how the cookie crumbled exactly, because Ruthless are on the top yet again.
My lord.
Another 20-pointer. No shocks whatsoever. But the DAESH coming in as the #2, it's good to see that.
Wow, it's lovely to see the DAESH come in for that comeback, fully loaded as well. Good plays coming in from their end, double digits all across. 4 guys, they have fallen shy multiple times, and this time around, they could not convert those skills onto their names. 9 points is what they achieved. Welcome to MINAS. 7 kills, and after that, nothing.
As I said, the aggression, the one thing which all the teams lack, apart from Ruthless, is that shift from being too aggressive to a little bit defensive. You know,
Yes.
they lack to do that. They don't know exactly when to stop themselves and how to stop themselves. And due to which, they get taken down so quickly in every single fight they commit to. It's either the loss they gain in one fight and later on it builds up a pressure in the second one, or it's just that they just go bonkers in a fight and eventually take down their own teammates amidst all those fights. But good to see that RGB finally 3-pointer, you know, after a single digit so far. But
Ooh.
one team which is so sad to see has to be Cruel X. Bottom of the table, no points whatsoever.
There are multiple teams joining the force as well. Josh, DK, RAKUZAN, KALINGA, Studs, Big Umpire. They haven't even gotten a single point onto their name. So it's a big loss for Studs, to be very honest, to be precise as well, because every single one of them, whoever have named till now, they haven't had the significant standing. But on the other end, Studs, they were playing so well on day 1, but day 2, it just feels like complete opposite.
I hope that, you know, they make a comeback, because they deserve a comeback, to be frank. Yesterday, the kind of talent they showcased in front of us, especially in the map of Miramar, the composure which they had, the consistency on taking those fights, and not taking unnecessary fights, all of those maturity needs to be visible yet again in the wildcard map, which is going to be coming up next. Let's not forget that Rondo was also taken away from another team and not given to Ruthless. Or will Ruthless continue the domination and get a hat-trick for the first time in this grand finals?
They're spicing things up. They're always getting them winner chicken dinner, putting some really good lasagna or the sauce, or you can say mayonnaise on it, and enjoying it, sending it back to where it is beginning from. Like, what? You don't like mayonnaise on it?
I mean, you put mayonnaise on what?
Wait, as the sides, like a dip. You know, they're getting the chicken, right? And they're dipping it and they're solid eating it.
Oh,
They're
somewhere
sending it away.
I guess I heard you say lasagna. And then I heard you say mayonnaise, and then I heard you say sauce, and I'm like, oh, brother, stop.
Well, it's a cookbook, right? And the recipes are falling perfect. You like it or not, whether the lasagna is going to compliment or not, they're still getting it. They're enjoying every single one of it. Match MVP on the other end. I want to know who's it going to be, who has taken that spotlight. I believe yet again it's going to be one of the persons from Ruthless itself. And yes, it's going to be Nazgul. The IGL definitely has stepped up this time.
I mean, 5 frags, as decent as it can be. But this time it's limited damage. He's been clinical this time around. The amount of damage he's given out, that amount of finishes is what he's gained. So good to see that, you know, they're slowly not becoming too aggressive in the lobby, not giving too much damage and, you know, pestering all the teams out there. But I don't think so that's going to stop. They're going to continue bullying the lobby from here on. They're going to continue picking up those frags. And the reason why I'm calling it bullying is that that's the strongest team in the Gauntlet Season 3 so far.
I mean, yes, they have been keeping that perfect podium finish onto their name.
Yeah.
Nobody has reached even close. They have already, they have inched towards getting that 150 picture perfect, and soon they might get it as well. And this is a big lead, gigantic lead. How to inch close? We are still thinking. We're also cooking up a strategy. We're thinking KALINGA is going to go ahead and get it. But yet again, they have proved us wrong. And this time, I want you to go ahead and pick a team.
Welcome to MINAS. I don't know why my gut feeling says welcome to MINAS, because they've got that frags, if you see them. Yeah, they've got the crosshair warm. But what's important for them to do right now is to play it a little bit safe.
Okay.
And probably they can attain the chicken dinner. But I'm going to throw that question back at you.
Okay, that's a very tough question. And last time I told that it's not going to be the game of
says the guy
Ruthless.
who put the question to me.
Last time I told that Ruthless is not going to get their winner chicken dinner in the map of Miramar, but unfortunately they have proved me wrong, and I'm loving it. You know, personally, they have showcased some really good game, and they deserve to get that winner chicken dinner. So yeah, answering your question, in the map of Rondo, who will get the winner chicken dinner or reach towards top 4? I would name 4 teams. 4 guys, yet again, Atomic Wild, Ruthless, and this time I believe it's going to be Welcome to MINAS entering that top 4.
Brother, do you know what is called a caster's curse? I hope you don't put caster's curse on all these teams out there. But ladies and gentlemen, it's just few inches away or few seconds away for the next map. It's going to be the map of Rondo, the Chinese strategy, the Eastern strategy is what we call it, in between the bamboos and all those temples. It's important for you guys to share the stream among your friends so that they all come in over here. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's head right into the map of Rondo and see how the flight path is going to look like. But look at that beautiful city. It's got everything in it. It's got the urban region, it's got the village side, it's got the temples.
It has a racetrack as well. You can go ahead and test your top speed of your car.
Oh my god. China it is.
It's lovely, man. I love it. Stadium, Joutin, good places for teams to go ahead and get those early loots and even drop clashes. Can happen there in those vicinities. Test track on the other end, it's going to be close by itself. I want to see which teams are going to be heading towards that area. Factory is also one of the places where teams love to enter, and they get that car as well. There's another thing about this map, you know. There is, out of nowhere, you know, like Sandstorm is there in the map of Miramar.
Yeah.
There are blue zones, which it just comes up like a bubble and goes down as well. That's what happens in this map.
Let's see who's going to be the victims of such bubbles, or who's going to be rewarded because of it. Because just imagine 2 teams are fighting and there's the last man who can clutch off a 1v2 and the blue zone appears. Oh my goodness.
I'm going to say Nani first.
Nani? Okay. But look at the splash of colors on the western side of the map. I can see so many teams. WTM is flying towards that place. Then we have the DAESH going in over there. Not far away from them is going to be Donkey Kong. I believe this is the hotspot of today's game.
Epidome it is, and it's gonna be a lovely one. Drop clashes coming through, but looking at the way ClanX has already thought about for that head-on collision against Ruthless can be a deadly deal for them to go ahead and sign.
Oh, but if they do the damage against Ruthless, then it's going to be the right kind of opening for all the other teams. But look at what two OPs are doing. They understood that there's a team close by, so initially they are going to be the first team to, you know, shoot at them so that they keep them at bay.
shoot at sight. That's what has been told. And that's what teams are going to do. And it's a lovely strategy. If you want to go ahead, get those early points, skill points, which you so dearly want to advance and reach close to Ruthless, yes, you need to have a head start. Ruthless right now, well, whenever we talk about them, I love how all our producers are like, zero into that location, send that cameraman in and understand what's happening here.
I really would love a drone view on these two teams to check where the positions are and look at how 10 KDR. He knows that is the blind spot and that is where he's going to be placing his crosshair, and trying to do different. But Nazgul, oh my god, this guy's rotation every single time the IGL is asked to do one job, and that is what he does to perfection. Goes in for an off angle. Now the opponents have no clue that there's a person closing in. He's got the throwables as well, but can he get that initial one? It seems like Pacho on the other side understood that Nazgul is trying to be way too smart, and what is he going to do? Immediately get a knock against him. He needs that confirmation. A grenade is tossed in, but what's more important is his complete team to rush into that building and finish him off even before he gets back on his feet.
Oh, the teammate has already arrived. Clan X, they have made a big mistake already, but the Wests had to be taken. Level 2 secured for now. And Pacho, well, in the previous time, he was as smooth as a smooth criminal. So this time, what can he pull off? Nazgul, he's still knocked. He's going to be revived. Slacksky on the other end. He's getting those angles under contention. Let's see how this entire fight is going to brew up.
I don't think so. It's going to be a good end for the side of Snacks. Wait, did I call him right? Slacksky?
Slacksky.
Slacksky.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Ruthless. Again, they're going to be targeted. Beautiful shots being placed over there by Pacho. Again, an off angle working out perfectly. Now is the time for Suman to somehow push in and make sure that he makes the opponents pay. Ruthless, for the first time, seems to be on the back end. And I believe this is the opportunity for the opponents to strike. The splash radius was not too much, but Paco is thinking everything right over here. He knows exactly that knowledge is the first thing he needs to gain before going in. He's going to be tossing the grenade to another angle altogether and then push in. Oh my god, the second shot. Is it going to connect? No, it is not going to connect, as 10 KDR is going to be low on HP. This is what I said. You need to have a backup, or else they're just going to come back on their feet and just going to rush in straight.
They were looking for a flank angle. That was the biggest mistake. The second follow-up comes through as well. Mustaki, what a beautiful angle. And there comes Raccoon. Good retaliation, but at the end, he's going to bite the dust. Slacksky, he is down on his knees. And Mustaki, he has been taken down as well. Clanex, good flank angle. But still, it's about the execution. It's about those points. And they all know for a fact, even if one player is outside in the open, they can be deadly. 10 KDR, jiggling around, getting to know what's just happening. The compound seems very clear. Yeah, what's in his mind? What can he do which will change the entire course of action? 3 players already knocked on the ground and he's shooting through dead bodies. What's he thinking?
Oh, it's the information Pacquiao is going to give from the backline. He's going to be running out in the open. Lands it to perfection. And for the first time, Ruthless are going to be sent back home ruthlessly. And what a gameplay it has been from the side of Clans. A perfect execution, if you ask me. If you're knocked out, the first thing you have to do is give information to your teammates, and that is what Paco did, and he did it to perfection.
Well, it was not a bluff game at all. Right now, it's all about revival, but TOPG, nearby itself, what can they do? They knew all the action has gone down in this place, and the healings, they have to come through before the team arrives. TOPG still making their way through, getting all of those boosters, healing themselves to the max energy, pacing forward and reaching towards this location. No way, breathe there. Cautiously, he is heading towards this area, and he's the IGL. What will he call in?
I guess he's going to call in to fall back. There's no necessity for them to take this fight. Yes, it's still an open ground where they can escape through those ridges. I think that'll be a better calling. I do understand that on the other side, they know this place very well. They know this place in and out. They have understood that after that fight, these are the loopholes. These are the off angles which need to be held. And I hope to see them execute another one against the side of TOPG. Look at how TOPG is coming in as well. They're coming in as a 2-man split. And that is going to be a bit of an advantage in comparison to the other guys. But somewhere far, far away, I can see that the DAESH is also making someone else pay a very, very hefty price.
I love it. Whenever DAESH gets confident, whenever they take some fights and they reach towards a position advantage as well, they try and up their gameplay. And that's what they're doing. This is very significant in a longer run. Rather than just being one of the teams who's so hot-headed, taking those fights initially and just dying, they are taking steps cautiously and they're taking shots against a team who's far off, which is Z Warriors.
Yeah.
So this is a good side altogether.
Yep. But look at what's happening on the other side. FL, they've got a frag for themselves, made the things even Steven against the opponents who are so close to them. But I'm pretty impressed, if you ask me, from the side of Fully Loaded. They might have 3 men standing, but every single map, they've got an average of 7 to 8 points, and which is pretty tough when you have just 3 men standing for your team.
That's true. It's lovely. And same goes for the circle as well. Favoring multiple teams and the others who are towards the western side. Jautin being one of the places. TK Energy, Donkey Kong. They have also planned about heading towards the circle. The rotation needs to be picture perfect. If they collide against studs, it's going to be a bad sight for them. There's a battle which we all were waiting for. 4 guys. Previously, they made some big blunders, but this time I don't think so. They want to commit it again.
Oh yes, 4 guys. Already 2 frags in their pocket. So they're going to look a bit more confident than they usually do. But what's more important right now is for them to regroup, and that's exactly what the teammates have called out for. Rupesh is going to fall back, get into the taxi, and now make it closer towards the opponent. Because he knows that the revival is, there's no way his teammates are going to come in to revive. But they need to be careful. Because ZWR, another player, is not far away. He's just having those angles, and probably if he decides to shoot them down and catch them with the pants down, then obviously he's going to make sure that they pay a very hefty price.
Oh yes, TOOP. They're in the vicinity. And Fully Loaded, like you mentioned, 3-man squad. They've been playing so good, concrete, getting those average points. TOOP. What is going on in their head? Could you explain, Arka?
TOOP at this point of time, they understand that, the only thing they can do is wait for the opponents to make a mistake. They're holding an off angle. One person is trying to grab all the attentions of the opponent players, but they need to be careful. This is going to draw attention. Not far away in the minimap, we're able to see that AWE is also present.
Oh boy.
You Too Good is trying to give some shots, but eventually will be saved by a bullet, to be specific, because the retaliation was perfect as well. But FL, since they are 3 men standing, they need to step out of cover. See, now in case they try to rush in towards Riz, that is when Cyanide will have an opportunity to strike.
That's right, Rizvi again calculating his steps. He knows the mistake should come in from the other side, Fully Loaded, not from their own end. Calculating, taking all the boosters that he has, energy cans, check. Alongside, if he had any syringes for the adrenaline, that also would have been deployed into him. But okay, Rizvi, he has committed this big mistake. Cyanide is there to cover the entire angle, but for how long? One shot taken and the entire team will get to know where the location is going to be of Cyanide's. Toxic, he's the only loose end. All he has to do is control fire and get that capitalization. Cyanide's information received, and look at Toxic, he's capitalizing on it. It's a deadly drop for him. Cyanide's, what can he do? The response needs to be picture perfect. Nate's coming through. He's running away for his life. But now, what is he thinking? Heal, yes, it's going to be on point. Now is the time where he has to shine.
I don't think so. It's going to be easy because it's a 2-man stack coming in from the other side. In case he tries to peek in over there, there's going to be a push coming in. I don't know how come he'll be able to pull off a 1v1 over here. A peek comes in, gives away his location. He's going to be falling back, trying to come in from a different angle. I don't think so. TOOP will be able to pull this off in any way possible. A grenade is going to be tossed in, or probably a flash. A perfect angle being held. Cyanide slowly becoming that poison to the opponents. Will be tossing in another
flash.
grenade. Even though he's going to be stunned, he knows exactly where to hold that cover. But eventually, the opponents were more clinical than he is right now. They grabbed attention. They made use of the advantage of that man, and then eventually put him down.
Good flashes, utility being on point. This entire team, like you mentioned, are so clinical, dissected, deduced the entire situation, and nullified the entire team to the ground. Mistakes were committed from 2OP, and now they're not that OP.
I guess it was split to OP, right? It was shared amongst 4 people. So it became half
Split,
a OP.
non-split.
But coming back, look at what studs are doing over here. I would call it a mistake. But whereas on the other side, Vicky Rex has given that opening. And that's going to be the most crucial one. Vicky Rex, it needs to fall back to a very safe
shots.
location. But Death Thrill on the other side. This is not how you run away when a person is shooting at you. You need to be careful. One more shot and that man can get taken down. But somehow he gets saved by those ridges. And STD is not going to stop themselves. They're going to start pushing in, create pressure as they push in. Because Sandwich on the other side, all they can do is get down on his knees and beg for mercy.
Studs. Yes, Mansab definitely going to go ahead and secure that free point lying around. And Bolbam, he did manage to run away. But where is he going to? He's heading directly towards Krulex. Krulex, they were also waiting to get the perfect action done right, dusted right in front of them. And now is the time for them to go ahead and strike. This is the golden hour. This is the opportunity.
Speaking of opportunity, do studs have a good opportunity over here? Or are they just pulling their strings in the wrong direction? Because 4 guys, they're not far away. They're trying to find few angles in which they can come in and roll over. Death Thrill down on his knees. They need to go in for the revival. A third party coming in at this point of time is just going to build pressure. They're going to have a divided attention which can backfire. Whereas ClanX on the other side, when they're having a decent day, yes, 4 guys from a distance is trying to take those shots, but they don't understand from where Vicky Rex is going to be giving those shots. Does give the opening yet again for his team, but studs, the revival is going to be much more important, and then it's going to be the off angle which has been held on the other side. Vicky Rex, he needs to be one with the nature right now. Yes, there he goes down. Immediately goes in for the healing. But what is life? He needs to make sure that he gives the right kind of cover.
Good covers, needs to be on point. Kohli on the other end, he's definitely getting a century of his own. Krulex, slowly but surely, they're making sure that they get all of those points. It was very vital for them to go ahead, get the hands-on experience on this third party. 4 guys, they have been nullified for so long, isolated with all of those fights. Now is the time to strike City. Big mistakes from the likes of Mansab. And there comes the backstab. Death Thrill, he is thrilling. He is chasing, he's hunting people down. A chunk of damage. He's also facing from the circle.
Oh, not only that, he did get taken down. Mansab, there's only one thing for him to do right now. Give away all his loot, because even if he gets revived, I don't think so it's going to be easy for his teammates to, come in. It's just a bait which is being taken perfectly. 4 guys on the other side, they're going to rotate around in those vehicles, trying to shoot head on. Oh my good, retaliation coming in. What is life? This is the last man standing. He needs to put another man down, but it was more than 3 players, and that is how they were able to put him down. It's the last man standing. He's driving his way into success, but will he be able to do so?
He has taken down Risen as well, mowing him over. Vicky Rex, he definitely has a Wikipedia of how to tackle this entire situation, and he's doing it perfectly. 4 guys, they have been nullified. 1 player who could run away, he did run away, and eventually the entire team has been jeopardized. RAKUZAN, they're in for another battle here against the team called the DAESH. And DAESH, for sure, they have been showcasing a really good performance. So I would really love to see how RAKUZAN can go ahead and nail this one.
Today's strategy seems to be sorted today. In one game, they played for possession points. In another one, they tried to pick up some early frags. So one way or the other, they're still trying to maintain that average. Whereas you can see that studs, they have been sent home. And not only that, 4 guys will also be following them into the lobby. And this gives a great opportunity for Ruthless to yet again... Oh my goodness, just a minute, wait. This is one team which has put so much of performance in our head. We still feel they're alive, but sadly they're not there. And due to which now there's an opportunity for new teams to get this chicken dinner.
Yes, the top 4 teams which are named and you so rightly call the Caster's Curse. Well, for sure they're facing the wrath of it. And next time, I guess I will refrain on answering that question. Arka?
I would rather suggest you to refrain from asking that question.
Well, this time it was you, not me.
Again, you put me under the bus.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It was me itself. Let me go ahead and do that. Self-sabotage, huh?
Let's see how things are going to turn out. But yes, another love story brewing up right to the center of the map. WTM is whom we thought that, they might be able to get this chicken dinner, and they're holding the epicenter of the circle. Good to see that. But yes, how hard are they going to fight for this? How hard are they going to keep the enemies at bay? Starts far away, trying to take a fight with 2 OP. On the northern side of the map, WTM is watching it and probably could chime in to pick up some frags. Look at what's happening over here. Riz on the other side, very, very close to OR, and they both are having their own small story building up.
It's a wonderful time to be alive. OR, what are you thinking? Out in the open, taking those shots. Crew legs, they're also chiming into the action. Loving how this entire thing is panning out to be. Black on the other end. What's he thinking? They need to take this battle and take it soon, as the entire push is coming through. One player was knocked. Right now, the only thing which is running in their head is head towards the circle. Do not stay here. Do not linger around. And that's what they're going to do. Team DAESH. Well, they were hanging around thinking that let's take this fight as soon as possible. And Black, in the midst of all of that, he's been taken down. He did save Glitch, but in the process, he glitched out.
I like that word, glitching out of the game. But what's more important right now is to see how RAKUZAN is going to escape this wrath. Look at the way they're rushing in right to the center of the map, and the team holding that center is welcome to MINAS. So they're not going to miss much, and hopefully this time around they'll be able to pick up all the frags which is going to be visible in front of them.
Oh, that's one of the dreams that they're living. Center of the circle, the epidome, and open reflex. I haven't seen any reflexive shot coming in from their end. They have been consistent, no doubt, but that's one of the places where you have to even bring in those numbers game. They were coming in towards the top 5, top 6, eventually not able to convert those numbers onto themselves. And this is the mistake that they're committing again and again. The early fights, the way they're just understanding the entire situation, that's the fault.
Oh
Shadow, good 1v1, 1v2 needs to be converted, but there comes Zhao Jin. He's definitely going to take him down. Open reflex. Kohli, man, just running around, thinking that he's invincible, takes all of those shots. He's become the punching bag.
But to our TYT, he's done a good job saving his teammate at a distance. But what's more important, obviously, he's going to deploy the smoke and immediately go revive his teammate. Shadow needs to get back on his feet, but backup arrives for the side of Clan X. And we have to wait and watch whether TR2YT will be able to do something different over here. He's cooking up a nade. He understands that, lofting it to perfection will give him all the 3 finishes which is lying in front of him. Yes, the splash radius was not good enough. Shadow needs to pinpoint the location of the opponents perfectly. But we can see there's another team who's trying to involve into this fight. And shots have been coming in from a different direction. WTM, they're going to be shooting in as well.
You know what the mistake is? One nade, if Shadow points out the perfect location, he's also going to be blown into bits. Right in front of him, there's a car which is already about to explode. And the moment it does, Shadow's not going to be seen. Open reflex. There's one player standing. Look at Kohli. He's still looking around. He's trying to find the last man, the man who was knocked. He's still in that dense smoke taking those shots, and finally Shadow, he has been pinpointed and taken out as well. Try to YT, last man standing for the likes of Open Reflex, and he's still yet to hit those marks. 1 kill is what this team has gotten. Couple of cars for rotation. Cruel X, they're playing it gruesome this time.
Cruel X, they've got a run over opportunity, and that is what they do perfectly. That's the final nail in the coffin, and now they have an opportunity to make it inside the circle with 3 men standing, which is at a most crucial time. And somewhere far away, the DAESH, they have been clinical throughout the map. On the other side, we're able to see there's another team in the name of Clan X, and I don't think so. They understand that DAESH has also got an angle against them.
DAESH, no matter what happens, they have a man count disadvantage. He's knocked on the ground. I still can't believe that welcome to MINAS. They have all their players surviving, alive and kicking, taking those shots. Atomic Wild, they've been pincered. Oh, now I get it. They have a perfect compound to themselves. And this is what is making welcome to MINAS invincible.
Exactly. That's a perfect strategy for a map like Rondo. But JoJo's, no, he's got a lot of job over his shoulder. The pressure's got to be mounting in. He needs to change his location, be one with the nature, try to come in from a different angle altogether and take down the opponents, and that's what he's trying to do. But since he gave away his location, it's not going to be easy for him and his teammates to survive for longer. As fully loaded, they're going to be coming in hard and making sure they finish off anybody who's going to be visible for them. But WTM, until now, they had a very, very good footing inside this map, and now with no terrain of theirs inside the circle, they'll have to move. Oh no, did I speak too much? Yes, they still have that footing inside of the circle. All they have to do is finish off that one single guy and then concentrate on a completely different squad in the name of fully loaded.
Focus is key. Welcome to MINAS. That's what they're doing. They're focusing on that one prime location where the Atomic Wild player is running wild. He's running around like a madman. Smokes have been deployed, so good angles as a cover is what he's going to take. Moving forward, Donkey Kong, they're still alive, and I'm loving the enthusiasm that they're showing. But fully loaded, they're having a perfect eye. It's like a 360-degree drone view for them, and they're getting all that information inside. Oh boy, it's going to be TOPG. Nonetheless, capitalizing in all of the situation. They have a couple of players alive as well, and TOPG was one of the teams that I predicted will be in the top 4.
7 more teams, my friend. And the circle's closing in. So let's see whether they survive for a bit more longer or what's going to happen. But Pusher has been pushing his opponents to the fullest of their potential. Now he has to make it inside of the circle. He's going to heal battle himself. I don't think so it's going to be easy for him to make it inside the circle with 2 or more crosshairs looking at him.
Well, he's pushing his luck for sure. He's healing constantly, but that zone damage, it's dealing a lot. And it's too much to take in. And the care package, perfect. P90. We all know once that gun starts, it never stops.
Yes. Even for that, you need to have the basics right? So our main, WTM. For the first time, they come into the top 4. Yes, ClanX is going to be here. Donkey Kong with 1 man standing. AWE is healing himself somewhere outside of the circle. Is he alive, or has he already been
he's
finished
passed
off?
out.
Oh, he's passed out. So
he's gone.
Oh, so that itself is a big advantage for that of Welcome to MINAS. Now they need to concentrate on the other side of the map. It's important for you to understand to read the kill feed.
Love the way Madcap is still making sure that the angle is clear. Till the end, he's going to give that information. And Sova main, the way he was just deploying all of his recon darts and getting that inside where the opponents can be. Well, that is the thing which I was looking forward towards. Atik, a lot of damage already dealt upon him. And he's running around in the wilderness, out in the open. Why would he even do that?
Because he understands nobody's going to shoot him right now. And he also understands that he's got a bit of a high ground advantage. Look at that. For the rest of the players, they are holding the only compound inside the circle with a bit of a height advantage. But yes, you too good. Did connect that shot. It did dink him. But I don't think so it's going to be enough because they are outside the circle. They need to immediately make it inside the circle. 1, take a fight against Donkey Kong, finish them off so that they have only 1 angle to deal with. It's 2, they'll have to just get a head-on collision against the side of WTM and then take those fights. But let's see what kind of decision they're going to take from here on.
Oh, they have to make it perfect. They need to have that understanding as well. Like you rightly mentioned, they have to take first the fight against Donkey Kong and then head towards that shack right in front. That's like a nearest bus stand that they can find for themselves. It's either go home or make it big. This is the only 2 big opportunities that has been presented to them. Shots were taken, shots fired, but at the end, no one was harmed.
Fully loaded. 8 frags looking strong. They've got 2 off angles, and that's the most beautiful part of it. Yes, Lakhwinder's location is going to be more crucial than the rest of his teammates because he's the only person who can stop Donkey Kong from making it inside the circle. Whereas on the other side, welcome to MINAS, they know that they can't lose this game. They've got a very good opportunity. They're just looking at who's going to be the last man standing. Yes, since that is now cleared off, they're now going to concentrate on Donkey Kong.
Lovely.
And now is the time for fully loaded to rise. They need to push to WTM. They need to make those run. If they do not, then I don't think so that this chicken dinner can be taken from them. Donkey Kong on the other side chooses to do so, and they're going to be punished ruthlessly by RAKUZAN. This is what I was speaking about, the off angle being held, but Sova steals that kill from him, and that's going to frustrate fully loaded much more.
It has aggressed this entire situation. I hope it's not going to regress at the same time as well. Welcome to MINAS. Again, couple of shots taken. Bonkster, he's still alive by the skin of the teeth. And right now is the time for him to stay hidden. Fully loaded. Right now they have taken all the attention. Unruly taking all of those shots. Miri 14 in hand. And it's Atik who's going to capitalize with that Dragonov. It's just the start. And fully loaded. One by one they're falling down.
No, they've got spokes. There's still hope. There's still hope. Because the circle, we don't know who is going to favor after this, right? So it can favor either of these teams. Bonkster on the other side. He's not got any kind of healing. He's got 4 HP and he's not got any kind of healing. And when you've got long snipers like that, you need to make sure that the nozzle is not visible, or else your location is going to be given away. You too good waiting for it. The AWM does strike but misses a lot. Misses a lot by distance. Not only by distance but also by damage. That's going to give an opportunity yet again. Look at that. It's going to be falling into the arms of WTM right now. He's going to continuously shoot at that vehicle. In case the vehicle bursts, you know what's going to happen. That's going to be 2 men yet again down on their knees. It's better FL does it instead of the opponents.
Lovely.
Oh my God.
It's like I'm looking at a movie. Yes, it rotates, lands at them, and it's going to cause a collateral damage. Last man standing, RAKUZAN, but does he have the luck to go ahead and pull a 1v4 against Welcome to MINAS? The rush has come through, flushing the opponent out. Unruly, he has lost the control of the car. HP is going to dwindle, and that car is way too slow. It's a van. Unruly, unfortunately, he has given away his life. RAKUZAN, he is getting those points for the team. 9 kills already is what this entire team has, but the zone is one thing that he forgot about. And that's how he's gonna die. Winner, chicken dinner. For who? For Welcome to MINAS.
Who predicted Welcome to MINAS, my friend? Think about it. Think about it. In the pre-show, there was some guy who you referred to be legend on day 1, said that Welcome to MINAS had more frags in the map of Miramar. So they have a stable incoming when it comes to the map of Rondo. But all of this, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue after a short break. Till then, you share it among your friends. See you guys on the other side.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
Your system. Alright, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. with eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
Run through my blood. That's where I've been and who I am, all the ways I've grown. Blood in the sweat, tears and regret made me hard as stone. On my own, on my own. Put the work in, yeah, I earned it. It's my destiny. Yeah, I'm on top, can't be stopped. Shooting my shot. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm the one, I'm a legend. Get what I want. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm on top, can't be stopped. Shooting my shot. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm the one, I'm a legend. Get what I want. Oh, oh, oh. Do a double take, see me on fire, see that I can't break. Knew I'd be great, knew I would rise through all of the pain. All of the love, so within now, keeper of all faith. Never change. Put the work in, yeah, I earned it. It's my destiny. Yeah, I'm on top, can't be stopped. Shooting my shot. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm the one, I'm a legend. Get what I want. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm on top, can't be stopped. Shooting my shot. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm the one, I'm a legend. Get what I want. Oh, oh, oh. Put the work in, yeah, I earned it. It's my destiny. Yeah, I'm on top, can't be stopped. Shooting my shot. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm the one, I'm a legend. Get what I want. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm on top, can't be stopped. Shooting my shot. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm the one, I'm a legend. Get what I want. Oh, oh, oh.
Let's get it.
Feel like I'm in danger, I can't seem to get you out of my head. We stayed up all night talking about our differences in your little going to make everything happen and throw the rest away. You ready? Ooh, I got a plan. Need to put it into motion. Gonna cut to the chase. It could be bigger than the ocean. And if we were smart, and we are who we say we are, then it shouldn't be hard. No, it shouldn't be hard. Sing to the rhythm of
Well, we are back. It was an amazing game, and you guys are watching the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 3 for PUBG Battlegrounds. And like you rightly called, Arka, that Welcome to MINAS is going to be the team who's going to get that winner with a chicken dinner, and they got it as well.
Oh, yes, and it was a decent execution. Not too many frags, not too many placement points. Like in comparison to what Ruthless has said so far.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 25 points in every single game. Obviously not so much. But I was pretty impressed with ClanX today. The way they took down Ruthless at the initial stages, they understood now it's time for us to fight the king, to understand what is our actual firepower. Now, as they have understood that we are capable of taking down Ruthless, now that confidence boost might increase their chances of getting that chicken dinner in the upcoming year.
Well, that's true. The execution was perfect from all the angles, the flank angle, the 1v1, which was right. It was perfect for the entire team. Like you rightly called, ClanX, they did bring in that initial firepower and made it picture perfect for Welcome to MINAS to get that winner chicken dinner.
Yeah, but again, ladies and gentlemen, I believe the stats can speak better than us because the numbers matter a lot. Let's look at the match summary and see how things have turned out in the map of Rondo. Yes, the number of headshots this time around is depleted even more than the previous time, but the total healing is slowly climbing up. The longest distance, rather, is going to give us a small tinge of happiness because it's crossed 500.
Yeah, it has crossed 500. Miramar has been very disappointing. It was very close range battles and whatnot. And right now, yes, Rondo, the wild card map, has set some really good parameters.
Good to see that. The total healing, again, somewhere that average has been around 175 throughout the day. Hopefully, we'll be able to see some more because no matter how many fights you take, it's important for you to go revive your teammates and get those healings through so that you can make those fights much more interesting, or rather your way.
Well, true, they did make it their way. Winner chicken dinner stats right in front of you. That's where we're going to understand how Welcome to MINAS made things so possible for themselves. At the end, the fight against Lakhwinder. Could you share some light on that?
I feel Lakhwinder did know that that's the maximum he could attain from that fight. Yes, 1 point not given away is a point gained, and that's how, as soon as he got that final kill, all he did was just to peek over and see whether he can get another frag. Once he understood it's not going to be possible, he steps back into the blue and gives that kill away to the game, rather to the opponents. But looking at the stats in front of us over here, Sova Main was the man to watch out for, and I do believe that he used his Dragonov, if I'm not wrong, with that AWM as well.
Yes.
To good use. 4 kills is what he's attained with just 2 knocks, but 1,000 or more damage would have made the number of kills increase to the team.
True, I mean, that's what they were looking forward for. Welcome to MINAS, they wanted a strong start, they got it. They got a compliment as well alongside, which is the winner chicken dinner. And we all know that stat itself will give you 10 points straight away. So 19 points is what they have totally achieved. Good game altogether. And yes, somewhere I was thinking that they could convert more, judging by the way they had the center of the entire circle day in, day out. They were just constantly moving in, forward and left, back and center. So those kind of switcheroos were coming through. But the fight against DK itself, they should have won it, to be honest.
Yeah, but they did do the initial damage. They did get those 2 frags, and that's the maximum of what they could do. Because Fully Loaded on the other side had a different take altogether on this map. And I believe the match standing is going to give us a clearer picture.
Indeed.
And I somewhere feel they're going to match up with the hashtag 1 position or turn out to be much more better. There it is, 15 points in total. Coming hashtag 2, they got 9 frags as well. So this is how the points table is supposed to look for the rest of the 5 games. And that is when Ruthless might have, a fighting chance for that top position.
Josh, they were eliminated earlier on itself. Ruthless alongside the battle was beautiful, very well executed. Yes, so the initial point of contact itself is what I was thinking, that Clan X will get that perfect bump for themselves. They did get it as well. 10 kills onto their name, giving them a double digit as well. DAESH, they've been consistent, man. They've been very consistent, getting that average point of 10, 9, 8 in throughout all of these games. They have made themselves a perfect contender towards the second and the third position, but the first one is still secured, even though Ruthless has gone home with a 0.
No, you know that position points are not helping you out, right? And
Definitely.
that is when you bring in a new mindset altogether to pick up frags throughout the game, and that is what Clan X have done. 10 frags in total, which is equivalent to our team attaining the chicken dinner. And 10 points, I believe it's the right kind of start for all these teams in the mid phase. CruelX, DAESH and Clan X, but nothing taken away from RGB. He started off with a 0 or with 1 pointer.
Right.
The next game they got 3 points, and now they've got 5 points, and hopefully by the end of the day they can cross the double digit.
Double digits is going to be a must for multiple teams if they want to go ahead and contest for the second and third, and even the first, to be honest. Well, competing against the table toppers is going to be tad bit tough. You need to showcase your significant performance, consistent performance moving forward in all of these days. So that's very vital. But second and third, if you want to maintain that lead amongst the entire lot of 20, then yes, you need to fight for it. You need to get those double digits, as you rightly called.
Now let's see how things are going to turn out. It's going to be the final map of the day. Obviously, Ruthless are going to be the Wounded Lions, and they
Right.
would look forward to end the note on a good day. But before we step into the stats of Erangel and speaking more about Erangel, let's look at who was the MVP of the previous game. We had a lot of contenders, and I hope to see somebody from the side of Clan X. Is it
Of
Clan X?
course, it
I
is.
I do believe it's Clan X.
It is
It's
gonna
going to
be
be
Clan X.
Ghostia from Clan X for getting those 5 frags on a damage of a 500 plus. Shows that initial phase of him supporting his team, especially against the team like Team Ruthless,
Yeah.
has crowned him the MVP of this game.
The flank angles were perfect. The way he was taking the cover and then shooting as well, for sure, he deserves to be the MVP
The
for the
1v2
previous
as well.
game. Exactly, the 1v2 conversion. Even though TOPG was inching close, they thought twice looking at the way this man is going in form. So yeah, definitely kudos to him. And fantastic games from the likes of Clan X. I want to see them do more of this, dethroning the table toppers and then bringing in that perfect essence in the game.
Hopefully, your words, the words you've spoken just now comes out to be true. But ladies and gentlemen, you know how the ritual is, right? Before we enter into the map of Erangel, we request you guys to share it among your friends. I know you guys are enjoying this game. We did have a glance through the chat. There was a lot of supporters for several other teams. So if you want to bring in much more fans for your fan favorite teams, you need to make sure that you call in newer viewers. So go
That's
share
right.
it among your friends. Just put a story on Instagram or something, and then come in over here. Subscribe to this channel, because there's a lot more games coming your way.
True, lot more games and such action, man. Who's gonna miss it? I would really not want to miss that, and that's the reason I'm here. So yeah, so those kind of situations come across as well. But overall, the last game of day 2, it has been a beautiful journey.
Yeah.
To be very honest. First day, amazing performance from
Yeah.
Ruthless. Today's second game was Ruthless's as well. Even the first one. But eventually, teams are catching up to the pace. And that's what I'm loving the most.
Yeah, that's the most important part of it all. It's a learning curve. It's the experience which I keep
Right.
telling you. You might fall short for this tournament, but that's going to give you the booster. And that is how Ruthless from season 1 to season 2, they learned from season 1 and
Yes.
eventually conquer it in season 2. So in season 3, you might be on the stepping stone of becoming a champion for the better future. But yes, you have to give your 100% for the upcoming game. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to step into the next map of Erangel. Before we go in over there, you tell me right now, which is the team you feel is going to attain that chicken dinner? You have 4 seconds though.
Ruthless.
Ruthless?
Ruthless.
Okay, ladies and
Lock it.
gentlemen, Ruthless is where he puts his...
Money, yes.
Yes, I would go with MINAS and Studs for now. And let's see which is going to be the team to get that chicken dinner in this beautiful map of Erangel. Ladies and gentlemen, the final map of the second day of this grand finals. And it's going to be the most crucial one when we think about the overall standing, because one team is going to inch closer to get that championship for themselves.
And that's what the teams want. Yet again, it's going to be the same flight path. Starting from Milta Power, ending at Primorsk's. And now, the first question comes to you,
Ferry.
Arka.
Even before
Circle.
you could Ferry.
Ferry. Oh boy, okay. If it reaches towards Ferry, yeah, it's going to be a run for multiple teams. They will really want to go ahead and claim that land, but it's too less.
Believe so? I strongly feel that, Ferry is going to be the right place where the circle is just going to confuse everyone, whether it's going to go to the southern island or the northern one, and then finally the final circle shifts away from the military base. The drama which is going to come with that. These are the few kinds of these are the few kinds of expectations I have. Sometimes people
You
tell
want to
me,
know from my end?
yeah,
Everest.
Everest.
Just for the meme's sake.
Nah. And I feel that there's more fun at the southern side of the map compared to the northern side. Because
Okay.
yes, Everest is it's going to come back to the mechanics. The first
Of
person to
course.
take that initial knocks is going to have a greater advantage. But yes, the DAESH, it seems like they've got company of wherever they've dropped right now. And it's not going to be a cat and mouse chase. Rather, it's going to be a chase for the championship itself.
Ooh, the circle is very close. Very close to what we were deciding towards. And yes, yet again, it has taken a weird turn. Team DAESH against Atomic Wild. Atomic Wild, they have not gotten that much of the real estate. Nova Ripnoy is where this entire team has landed towards and fully loaded. What are they up to? KALINGA. It's like locking horns onto the target every single time. And KALINGA is the team, mind you. They have been eliminated again and again in the beginning itself.
I think Fully Loaded understands that we are 3 men standing. The first thing we have to do is strike against the team. And once we get that first knock or the first finish, then it becomes so much more easier for us to balance things out. And that's what they've done. Taken 3 men down from the side of KALINGA. And I don't think
My
the job is
lord.
done. It's going to be you too good. And he lives by his name to be too good at that moment.
Shots fired.
That M416 with that holographic was perfectly used. Peeking right and left, was able to pick up that final kill as well. And with that, they got another average caught up to 4 finishes by the final map of the day.
4 finishes or 4 kills near school apart, and there's another team around that vicinity itself. The first fight had to be fought in such a rapid pace. They knew the odds, and right now, in order to tackle this team who's waiting right across, who is that? Is that Donkey Kong or is that RGB? I do not know, but RGB loves to land towards school itself.
Oh yes, I believe RGB would be the right contender since they know that place in and around, but somewhere far away. Look at what DAESH is doing. They're not only looking at the opponent's locations, but also giving them a warning fire not to get any more closer, because this is one terrain they want to control for the longest time possible. With the circle again, trying to play some mind games, right? Either of the side, it's not shifting. It's waiting for someone to take a call. And eventually, we'll be looking forward for something better.
Atomic Wild against Team DAESH. This fight has been prolonged for a really long time now. Way too close. We have seen Mithrage do something big in the map of Miramar. Right now, his information has been revealed.
No!
But that no-toss nade will definitely flush the player out. Sandwich Slayer, he's not alive just yet. 15 HP on him, and the door is right around the corner. Micro Uzi being used, and he's at the prone angle. Mithrage, still the angle. He wants to capitalize it, but a mistake coming in from his end.
Not only a mistake from his end, but also his teammates' end, which is going to eventually put a lot of pressure on him. There it is. Another person gets taken down. A trade even Steven. But will Mithrage continue his assault? I don't think so. It's going to be easy for him. But yes, the DAESH is going to put as much pressure as possible against the opponents.
Souza is knocked down. The revival needs to come through. Mithrage chasing down the opponent. 30 bullets in the Micro Uzi. Needs to go ahead and grab some more. If he wants to go ahead and spray down. Good nade just to toss, just to flush out the opponent. Mithrage sitting in the corner, and the location is known. Sandwich Slayer, for sure, he's going to capitalize this one. Grace, can he save the dying Grace of the entire team?
I believe he can. All he has to do is wait for the opponents to come out of their comfort zone. Till now, what the opponents have done is held on to those compounds, made sure that, Team DAESH makes those mistakes. A Lotos yet again coming in from the side of Sandwich, because he knows that the confirmation of all those hard work he has done is much more important than just going around and doing some more damage to a newer player. Gautam and Sandwich Slayer, both of these players from two different angles will now choose to go and revive their teammate rather than continuing to fight against the opponents.
Grace, his angle, his location still known, jumps around, runs away. He's like Neo from Matrix. He's just dodging every single bullet and heading towards safety. Mid-range, he is losing his HP. And once he gets back on his feet, then Atomic Wild, they're already at the losing end.
That's going to be the major plan. Grace is just going to keep
Krulex.
the opponents at bay, and then things are going to be way too different. Krulex from a distance, yes, I understand that they want to be a part of all this action because Novo is pretty much an open ground except for those containers which are around. So it's important for them to watch out for their backs as well. Look at what Souza is doing. He's just going to blankly spray on one corner so that Grace can somehow reach to mid-range and give a revival. And I believe that's going to be successfully done with no damage whatsoever. Yes, 10 HP and lesser. And finally, the man gets to touch the opponent.
Oh, there's a flank angle as well. Atomic Wild, I don't think so. They can see the dawn of the daylight. The map of Erangel, 160 ping, 144 hertz. Last time around, we could not see much happening from their end. But this zone damage grenade is going to flush the opponents and they're going to reinstate onto a different location. Eyes on the prize, 160 ping. He's the only one who can go ahead and tie up these loose ends. But if he dies, it's going to be a different story altogether.
I feel that Gautam has got that perfect angle. Look at that mini-map. Gautam has come all the way around that building and now he's going to listen to those gunshots and then eventually going to take those shots. You know, it's a burst gun, right? You need to put it a single before you take those shots, but 160 ping, this could be the moment for him to get taken down. At the nick of a time, he gets into that hard cover and retaliates
160 ping!
Oh my goodness, what was that?
Jeepers creepers, what a way to go ahead and flick that angle. Atomic Wild, yet again, the entire scenario looks jeopardized. Last man standing, what can they pull off is the question. Sandwich Slayer on the other end, he is retaliating, stronger this time around. But couple of players knocked on the ground is one of the sights which he did not want to see at all.
Oh, look at this. Again, the same strategy of Ruthless, right? As soon as your player gets taken down, make sure that you get them back on their feet so that you have that man advantage in this fight. AWE, there's no way they can revive Gautam, and that's going to leave them handicapped. A 2v4 situation with no ClanX trying to come in and chime in over here gives them a great opportunity to get 2 more frags in their name. And we can already see 160 ping and Grace. They've got that off angle. They've already come in closer to the opponents. And what they have to do right now is be a little bit patient before rushing in because there are chances they might get taken down. But Grace, there's no stopping this man. He's going to put an end for 2 of those players as 160 ping is going to achieve the 2 other frags. These 2 men have been the strongest assaulters working in sync when it comes to this game so far.
Massive respect, massive respect. And the entire team, DAESH, well, I've been so impressed by their performance in day 2. Day 1, I know it was not that great. Whenever they took those fights in School of Pass, it did not work at all. But right now, the switcheroo of location, Nova Ripnoi being one of the prime locations for them to land down and take the drop clash against Atomic Wild has aided them so well.
Let's see. The deed is still not done because their rotation from here on is going to matter a lot. We see that the boats have been deployed from 2 different places. One, yes, 2OP have already made it to the southern island. And then you have that of Ruthless who's now taking those early rotations. I don't know how come the teams are so confident that the circle is going to fall towards the military base. I strongly feel it has a chance of going back to the main island yet again. So if that is the case, then it's going to be a different story altogether. 2OP showing his back and going when ClanX has got a complete view against you. Not the right kind of thing to do, and that is what Krulex are going to do. Immediately push in because they know that they've done the initial damage.
All the initial damage has been dealt with in the rocks. It's not the perfect cover to OP. They have been struggling with this entire notion how to go ahead and get those points. Razon, good spray, but none of that connects, and he's just going down with his HP. What more can he do? What more can he deliver? Once he starts speaking, he's going to go down. A spray coming through. And right now, the entire team of 2OP, They're crumbling, they're tumbling, they're fumbling with all of those mistakes. Krulix going in, slam is even good. And better is that aim, landing right on target, one by one. Jing just capitalizing upon the situation. Even though Kohli has been knocked and eliminated, it doesn't matter. They want to go ahead and achieve this perfect mark.
No, it's important for them to rush in. I know the off angle being held by King did pave way for them to, get 1 or 2 frags, but they're delaying this fight, which might backfire. Look at what happens on the other side. They not only lose Kohli, but also they allow the opponents to get back on their face. All 3 of them. Mistake. And now they'll be rushing in to revive Ravan as well. I mean, I don't see the purpose of this fight going in their favor.
It's a big blunder already. Why would you go back after such a good battle? They had a couple of players knocked as well on the ground, begging for mercy, and now the 4th will also join.
Hey, look at the mini-map. I feel that there's someone else trying to knock on the doors of the same team. Oh, it's going to be the name of Top. We're just walking into their death. Literally, because the shots are going to be deployed. A lot of their players have already been damaged. It's going to be low toss grenades. It's going to be landing right over their heads. And 1 or 2 of them connecting is going to be a goodbye story for them as well. But one grenade comes in as a retaliation from the other side. From Tate. No vapor. Breathe air.
My lord, beautiful nades being connected, high toss, low toss, doesn't matter. But looking at the way TOPG has already made the room and the space for even the other team to join in hands, which is Krulix, they have still thought about just holding their compound. Now they're finally woken up. TOPG, good amount of way to go ahead and capitalize. And look at them, they have completely eliminated the entire team, annihilated to the point where you can only see those crates and loot them.
I mean, this is how you execute a fight.
Lovely.
No matter where you stand, if you've got the right kind of probables, then that's how you do it. Whereas on the other side, they see another bird flying in the air and they want to take advantage of this. Smokes are going to be deployed. The most crucial thing, sticking to their textbook basic is what they're trying to do. Whereas at a distance, CLX, they're enjoying it as well. They have got a good compound inside of the circle. And now they're shooting some birds in the sky.
They're enjoying this entire action. Even though they fell prey to this action. Kohli, unfortunately, he had to go away. And that was a very, indecisive angle which they created for themselves. DAESH on the other end, they are not stopping at all. It's against CX, Clan X. They're under the radar. And with the way this team is lunging and leaping forward, I love the confidence which they have currently.
And I just hope these teams bought in this confidence yesterday. And there wouldn't have been a chance for Ruthless to hold the top position.
Very well said.
I hope it's not too late for them. And I hope that, they target Ruthless in every single game. Let me remind you this. In this game, Ruthless have all 4 men standing. And they have somehow made it inside of the circle. Which is going to be a very strong foothold for them.
Oh, there's Senpai coming in. Oh, this is a new addition. And I want to see how much benefits will it reap.
Senpai dots. Hey, am I reading this right? Am I seeing the IGL just setting this out?
Lovely. I mean, this is a very, I would say it's a brutal move.
Or did the IGL just change his name?
Nah, I don't think so. He loves keeping his name as Nazgul.
Okay, so let's see whether this is going to be the right switcheroo which they have done so far. Or are they going to pay another hefty price? It seems like, they needed another assaulter. With the opponent's confidence rising up, I think this is the right decision. Bring in another assaulter. Make sure they rush in and, break the confidence of the opponent so that nobody tries to come in and, break them more than what they've achieved so far.
It's about the foundation. They've already made it brick by brick, kill after kill, position points after position points. And that's where Ruthless is sitting and experimenting now. Bringing in the substitute.
So, now one big question arises in my head. Who is actually doing the IGL for this game?
I believe it's Slacksky.
Are you sure?
Yeah. For sure believe it.
Okay. There's one thing we believe and the other thing which emerges. So I hope that the point of emergence matches to the point of belief which you have on yourself. But yes, this is where Ruthless are holding their positions. They see that, fully loaded are coming in, and what they're doing right now is they're marking location
They're
for the
gone.
players who are holding that position over there. Initial damage has already been dealt, and Arpan, all he has to do is get down on his knees, and
No
eventually
way.
following him is going to be another player. And with a blink of an eye, or rather I would call it with a snap of a finger, that is fully loaded, heading back home.
Clan Nexus stole a kill, but unfortunately they fell prey yet again. Team DAESH, what are they up to? Constantly just shutting down multiple squads.
Oh, wait. I really felt like fully loaded was done and dusted because they played a 3-man squad. But this time around, they bring a 4th man, and that's paying off for them. The last man is still alive inside a hard compound.
That's lovely. Not joining the entire team in that shenanigans of riding right across the open field in that car. So good decision altogether. But I believe the substitute is not working. Ruthless losing one player, and the other end it's Z Warriors going ahead
nice.
toe-to-toe against TOPG.
M762 coming into picture. He's got that crosshair, the red dot, and now he's going to be flashed for a brief period of time. The second headshot does connect, and this has to be the opening he's looking out for. Or is it the end of the complete squad? TOOP, it seems like they've been demised as Z Warriors stand tall over their bodies. And what a retaliation that was coming in from the side of Zico. First the M762, and then he uses a DMR to end things for the opponents.
Yeah, I love it when you see it. Studs on the other end, they are heading towards the circle, but look at that. Gatekeeping team is readily active. It's gonna be Team Ruthless. Far off is Team DAESH. They have been constantly pincered. One player knocked, and he's taking a support right behind the tree. Right call, but how can you go ahead and revive him?
Oh, it's a very easy revival if you ask me. But what I'm worried right now is Senpai getting finished off from the side of RL. And now since they were holding the corner of the map, the next circle shift is going to make them pay a very, very hefty price. Because Studs now, they hold a very, very good location inside the circle, right? And not only that, they also know the location of the other 2 players, or rather, the players of Ruthless as well as LF.
You know, Ruthless needs to become a real estate agent. They just love how to scout places. They love how to see those compounds come into picture or in use, and they capitalize it so well. Couple of players inside the compound going ahead, wreaking havoc. One is outside trying to fetch that information and the detail onto where the enemies are.
Now, rather, I would want Ruthless to be called the Killchores. Because exactly that's what they're doing. Right now, we did see a little bit of a hard work done by the opponents, and they know that it's important for you to just use few bullets and use your brains rather than doing so much of hard work. It's the smart work which is coming into play. The DAESH is going to get eliminated after such a good run. So far, they showed some brilliance throughout this game, and I don't think so that they're going to be left alone. But somewhere from a distance, look at what Death Thrill is doing. If not for his gun going for a reload, I do believe that he would have got another frag or so. But what's more important for him right now is to concentrate on one team and one team alone. That is going to be Ruthless first, and then the rest of the lobby.
Yes, that's how you can go ahead and divide and conquer. One of the things multiple countries have fallen prey to. Studs on the other end. Good angles. Knows that the team is going to be rotating right now. King under the radar. Is he going to be reaching safe and dandy? I don't think so. Death Thrill, he's keeping a constant check. He's the only man surviving for Cruel X. King, what can he convert? He's surviving the blistering zone out there, and finally his HP is going to deplete as well. So all this time he was waiting for the golden opportunity, but unfortunately the team is going to be in shambles. I believe I've seen this somewhere.
Are you sure?
Game number 1, same angle is where Ruthless was sitting at.
It seems like my co-caster is having a deja vu.
It is a deja vu. I just saw a black cat crossing.
Let's see whether the final results is also going to look the same. But by the looks of it, Ruthless is on the receiving end of things. Yes, they did convert such a situation in the first game to get that first ever chicken dinner they attained in the map of Erangel. But yes, Studs, the high ground advantage on one side. And let's not forget that the two teams we have named, or the three teams, one, you said Ruthless might be getting it through. I said it's going to be either Studs or it's going to be Welcome to Minas. All these three teams are there, ill and healthy inside of the circle. Yes, the only disadvantage is that Ruthless have got just 3 men standing.
Good shots taken.
Oh,
Slacksky, what a way to convert, man. Fully loaded. They have been eradicated for now. And yes, 4 kills pouring down. Mustaki, look at him. He has 3 kills already onto his name. Good contribution all across. And this is just going to make the entire team more confident. 4 guys is also alive in this action. I'm liking it.
You like a lot of things, my friend, but somewhere I feel it's important for us to understand how things will turn out for the rest of the teams. Because a few of these teams have actually got a good run today. The overall standing, even though they might not catch up to Ruthless, they'll have a ray of hope that if they continue to play how they played the final 2 maps, there is a chance for them to catch up to Ruthless.
Oh, welcome to Minas. They are not having a good time at all.
Yes, Donkey Kong, they've got a very, very good compound for themselves. But what they're supposed to do after this is to make sure that they damage the opponents even before they make it inside the circle, or else it's going to be a hard story altogether. And look at what's happening on the other side. It's going to be Welcome to Minas versus 4 guys.
4 guys, yes, they're going to be capitalizing this one. Easy peasy. The last man was standing. There is 1 knock on the other end, but he's going to be healthy real soon. Open reflex, they're far off. And they wanted to have a piece of all of this action, but they could not get that at all. Welcome to Minas for now. They have already bid farewell. And Studs, they have already come down to a conclusion that they want to fight against the Donkey Kongs.
Oh, this was an unnecessary one. A little bit of more of peek. He would have got the location of the other 2 players through the smokes. He could have got some more frags for himself. Yes, what is Liv? We have seen him do some brilliance with that org which he holds. But on the other side, look at what Slacky is doing. He knows that from here on, if I start to shoot against the side of 4 guys, there's no way they're going to be pushing in towards us. And this ridge is the perfect location for us to attain another chicken dinner and end the day on a high note.
They want to end it on a high note, but those nades and molotovs is making living hell for Team Studs. 1 by 1, they've been picked right off clean. Big DK energy. Earlier to this, they had 2 players knocked on the ground, but look at them. So healthy. 4-man squad with 6 kills. And right now, Studs are under the radar. Top 4 teams are in front of you. This is going to be the last game for the day 2. And look at all of these teams go ahead and shine.
Oh, Donkey Kong, they need to roll another barrel this time
Beautiful!
around. A perfect place of the crosshair is going to be rewarding him. Now it all comes down to the 2 players in front of him. He needs to choose which one he's going to fight first. He did choose the right one. He's going to be taking him down. Second account is gone in for the healing, but he also needs to watch out for the other man who's coming in closer. And I don't think so he's going to be staying alive for a brief period of time. What is Liv has found those final moments of this game, but Donkey Kong, roll another barrel and trust me, you guys will be there in the top 2.
What is live? He could not make it. He broke down, and it is Mustaki who came into this picture. He knew that he needs to get those points. And from the nose of Donkey Kong, they have stolen that kill. So this is just the beginning. Already marking themselves inside the circle. 2 players standing. That's what they have to tackle down as well. Big DK energy. What can they do in this situation?
Oh, Big DK. Now this is where again the fate of Ruthless is going to be written. In case Big DK is going to damage the side of 4 guys, then it's going to be a cakewalk. But rather, if 4 guys and Big DK, both of them come in together to take down Ruthless first, then it's a different story altogether. I don't know how come Ruthless every single time does this strategy and it comes out so perfect. Just going to make sure they let the others fight in the final circle and only blow when the time is right.
Oh boy, this is Ruthless, man. Classic example of Ruthless. No matter what happens, even if things are just falling on the ceilings, they know how to capitalize. Look at them, perfect angles. They've already pushed the entire teams to go ahead and fight for themselves. And then later on, it's going to be Ruthless coming in from the flank angle and capitalizing it. Mustaki, he's acting as a decoy. Just yet, he knows a couple of players are surviving from Donkey Kong. And all he needs to do is, initiate the fight.
Now, what's more important? Slacky's and 10K's position. He needs to make sure that either of these players do not get knocked out, because there's no way revivals are coming through. So you can
perfect
see
angle.
10K has got a perfect angle. If he shoots, he needs to get that knock, or else it's going to be a different story altogether. You can see that he's already done a lot of damage, and the retaliation comes in from the other side, where he'll have to fall back a little bit, and eventually Slacky is going to be taking an advantage of that, and Shotby is going to be coming down on his knees. Grenades are going to be tossed in. Divided attention eventually coming in is going to make sure that 4 guys are going to regret coming out to this corner of the map.
Oh, Big DK Energy also is fighting another battle on the other end. They are taking things in their own hands. They have 8 kills already, and the confidence soaring high as second account has already accomplished a 1v2 scenario right in front of him. Slacksky, he hit the snooze button, and Risen, he for sure will capitalize this scenario. Couple of players surviving for 4 guys, and same goes for Ruthless as well. 10K ADR, nice angle, good capitalization, flank angle was picture perfect, and right now it's only Risen up for the task. What can he do? Can he deliver this time around? Last time I saw him choke.
Oh, I don't think so. He's going to choke this time. DK on the other side have 2 men standing. The revival might come through. Yes, it has come through. Second account has been phenomenal throughout this game. His crosshair is on fire, and all he has to do is aim and click. And hopefully we'll be able to do so. The one big mistake Ruthless have done over here is 1, giving away the circle. 2nd, taking that big split, which is going to give Donkey Kong a huge advantage. Look at them take that rotation. A perfect one if you ask me. Coming back from the ridges and then backstabbing Mustaki is going to be the perfect equation which they can write to get this game in their name.
If it happens, it's gonna be a big boo-boo and ouchie. Yes, it happens. Mustaki has been taken down, and it's gonna be wiped clean as well. From one part to the other, 1v1 scenario, and look at Ruthless still annihilating 4 guys. Risen was given the task, but he could not deliver. 10K ADR, he is still alive. He needs to heal instantly, and second account, look at him charge forward. Healing's on point, and all he needs is that kill. He wants to get that winner chicken dinner as well. This is a down to the wire situation where 10K ADR, what can he do? Can he pull off a 1v2? I don't think so. He gets the first one, 9 HP on his HP, but there goes the entire thing.
Oh, the winner chicken dinner. Finally, the Kongs are going to be happy about this. The barrels they've rolled every single time has hit the target, but this time around, second account, he single-handedly carried this team to that victory. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, you know what is going to happen. We're going to be coming back to the garage rather than sending you home, because, man, this game was beautiful.
It was still the end. I was expecting some different thing to come out, but wow, that split did not work at all.
Yeah.
Ruthless, they thought that they were being very smart about it. They thought that let's just split, let's just get that split approach, but eventually it did not work at all.
I mean, I would rather say that, there was not necessity for them to go for that split.
Indeed.
Yes, 1 player going away and 2 of them sticking together would have been a better one, because 10K has already proved to us that he's capable of going and holding that off angle and not get knocked off. But Mustaki on the other side had lack of experience in this situation.
Indeed.
He was too confident that nobody's going to backstab him, and he ran out in the open. But Donkey Kong, even though at that point of time, second account, there was no necessity for him to go in for the revival, he did choose to go for it, did the right decision at the right time, and eventually got that chicken dinner for his team.
Well, true. I was just thinking, if Mustaki actually thought about staying in the compound, right, he would have caught this rotation moving forward itself, and the situation would have looked different all of a sudden. 10K ADR, he did live up to the expectation. He got 1 player down on the ground, but 9 HP was the problem.
I somewhere feel that no matter how much hard cover Mustaki would have held, second account was so strong in this game.
Okay.
I mean, it was picture perfect, photo perfect in every single moment where he was on the screen, Everywhere he placed his crosshair, he found a hit, and he did not miss. And every single time he felt like, okay, I'm going to miss this one, he fell back to cover behind the ridges, and then again recommitted to the fight only when he felt confident. And that is the kind of gameplay we saw coming in from the side of Nazgul all this while.
Plus, there's another thing, right? He did not break his sweat.
Yes.
He knew his teammate has already been knocked all over, and he has to revive him instantly. That's what he did. Clicks came into the picture, and then later on, it was all about hitting those headshots. Second account, for sure, has delivered, and Donkey Kong have gotten that boost that they needed so long. It was much awaited, pouncing and lunging, whatnot, and they finally did it. Studs was the only team that they had to take down, and they did it.
Yeah, and they executed to perfection. You know, everybody says it's tough to take a uphill battle, but they just showed us how to do it.
True.
Using throwables is going to be one of the most crucial things you do. There were smokes, there were molotovs everywhere, and also Studs were having a little bit of lack of luck over there because from the backlines they had another team to deal with, but nothing taken away. In the final map of Erangel, I'll tell you, TOOP performed well.
Right.
The grenade which they used to take out a team.
Definitely.
That was really good. Clinic also did try to, do their best. Even though they lost a player initially, Clanix, they did fall back and try to take a retaliation. Then you had the looks of Ruthless, who played so well.
Yes,
And
of
then
course.
you have Donkey Kong, who played so well. So if you see 4 guys trying to survive in the final circle with all 4 men standing, slowly it seems like this lobby is waking up and the competition is getting much more tight.
And 4 guys, the thing is, even though they had the man count advantage, right, they hit the snooze button way too soon. They had 4 people, right?
Yeah.
They should have watched their flank angle as well. 10K ADR was separated from the entire crew, and he was very easy to dissect and get that kill point as well. But eventually, the way 4 guys went ahead for that approach, no smokes were there, no covers were being formed. The moment the shots came through, 10K ADR gave those warning shots. I mean, it wasn't warning. He wanted to go ahead and seal the deal, but he missed. And that kind of a miss, you need to think, you need to open your mind, you need to think out of the box, saying that, now is the time to deploy those smokes and make 10K ADR think twice to shoot again.
Now, see, the situation where 4 guys were, they knew that, there's a group of teams fighting over there. They would have read the kill feed and they would have understood, okay, these 3 teams are fighting against one another. Why don't we take an off angle, get to the ridge so that we contest to the hard compound? The only mistake they did was to hold on to those ridges for so long. In case they just gradually pushed in, put those throwables, created pressure and gone into the hard compound, it could have been much more better. They did not, first mistake, as you correctly pointed out, not expecting anybody to backstab you. Second mistake, to hold on to a vulnerable position where you do not have hard cover, no artificial cover. Even if you put it, there's no use. A third most important thing, when you commit to a fight, you need to commit it 100%.
100%.
It felt like it was a 50% commitment to the fight. As soon as shots came in from behind, they started to panic. They didn't know what to do. And from the front, they got shots. From behind, they got shots. And then Donkey Kong took advantage of it clearly. And they went in for a rotation.
So the man who was knocked, he was revived. And that's how Donkey Kong made the perfect story sing for themselves. It was a symphony of victory for them. And that's where one thing which Ruthless will be thinking, that's the mistake. Mustaki, come on, if you had stayed there for a second or regrouped with 10K ADR, this scenario wouldn't have seen at all. But okay, it is what it is. Winner winner chicken dinner has been stolen, and it was on a really good note. Trust me, all those angles, picture perfect, and capitalization equally good. So Donkey Kong's performance has finally been seen, and I believe all their fans are going to be so happy about it.
Very much. And I would like to say that, it was not just, even though it looks like second account was the only man picking up those frags, we also have to give it to the knocked out guy. He was the person who was pointing out where the opponents were.
Yes.
So Click was doing his part of the job, being knocked out inside of the smokes. He could have been finished off, but he dodged all of those bullets, tried to survive until the final moment. And then when required, he was the person, in case he was not alive, I don't think so Donkey Kong could have attained that chicken dinner, because on the other side was 10K himself. So he did take that 1v1, give away his location, and that is when your second account came and finished off 10K in the final.
Well, true, but the bigger picture here is that 6 points has already been taken.
Yes.
6 points from the likes of Ruthless.
But does it matter?
For other teams, it's like, okay, now let's just focus on getting second and third. So it somewhere doesn't, of course. But again, it's about those scenarios.
Okay, guys, we're going to give you those match standings and the overall standings right across the break. Do not go anywhere. Share it among your friends, because the numbers are pretty interesting
That's
when we look at from this side. So see you guys on the other side. Do not miss it out.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
When are you gonna upgrade your system? Alright, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
When are you gonna upgrade your system? Alright, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
When are you gonna upgrade your system? Alright, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
Well, as we come closer to the end, we have already gotten to know who are those teams who have taken all of those winner chicken dinner. Starting off things with RUTHLESS getting 2 maps, later on Welcome to MINAS, and at the end, big Donkey Kong energy.
Oh yes, it was a perfect day if you ask me. I understand that, you know, if the second map was taken away by someone else, things could have been much more interesting with 4 different teams getting the chicken dinner. But RUTHLESS have shown us why they are bound to be the defending champions for this season as well. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are watching this and wondering, and I do believe in chat, there are a few mathematicians who have already done the stats perfectly and already put down which is the team on the top of the table. But we'll make it a little clearer for you as we'll be stepping into the map summary, or the math summary rather, to show you how things went down in this map specifically.
True that, the action was jam-packed, it was fun as well. Unfortunately, day 2 has already come to an end. And final stats for the map of Erangel for sure has surprised us to the point where damage has increased.
Yes, every single team were taking those fights. So obviously the damage dealt has to be higher. But what I'm impressed is the number of knocks which has come across. 80 knocks in which only 65 were converted. So the revival phase in between was a bit higher comparison. That's why you've got total healing a bit more higher. But the headshots number crossing 20, where we saw a little bit of a depletion throughout. And amongst that, I do believe that 4 to 5 of those headshots has to go in the hands of second account.
Second account has been very precise with his aim, and that's how he managed to single-handedly shut down the entire team of studs. So there we could see the entire action come forth from the likes of Big DK Energy itself. And now the stats for the nerds will just come to bottoms up. Well, the next part is going to be the actual part, right? Standings of the previous game.
Oh yes, the standings of the previous game. You know what? I also want to know about the chicken dinner team, like what all they
Yes.
have attained in the previous game, because there are several aspects of this game which was crucial for the chicken dinner team. I do understand there was a single man who took most of the frags, but the rest of the team did contribute even though they were down on the ground. So I want to know, is it actually a solo man's fight which went throughout the game, or as others also contributed in the initial damage due to which he was able to secure those knocks and finishes?
True, that's one thing which even I'm intrigued to know. So, well, we are going to be enlightened real soon. But talking about the things about how things have even converted for the entire team.
Yeah.
Big DK Energy, well, started off very, very sloppy. They're thinking that let's just go ahead and capitalize this moment at the time. Took fights willy-nilly. Later on, they just amplified and they put that car towards the 5th gear. So boosting up the entire scenario. Let's just go ahead and look how much they have contributed individually.
Oh, this is going to be a stat to look out for. Is it going to be a solo man who's raked up everything? It seems like two of them. Yes, Click was also alive over there, but second account, those 4 frags were so crucial. And it seems like, he took away the limelight. But Clicks, look at that, 5 frags with 4 knocks. Whereas it's with Bongster as well as Gutsy. Both of them, they couldn't contribute much. Yes, Bongster was trying to be a man to grab all the attention, take those damage rather than give some. He did get those 3 initial knocks, which did help out the team. But Gutsy on the other side dealt the least damage I've seen so far from a chicken dinner team.
Oh, he was just being the decoy. He was running around like a madman thinking that he's going to be invincible. Unfortunately, he met all of those bullets. You can see the survival time itself, 23.29 seconds. So that's
just
how...
before Bongster went.
Just before Bongster. So eventually, yeah, let's just go ahead and look forward to see how they've contributed and gotten those points as well. Standings right in front of us. Let's understand in more depth in how many teams have taken those double digits onto their name.
Oh, finally good to see that big DK Energy, big Donkey Kong Energy getting 20 pointer for themselves. 4 guys, a good retaliation, 11 finishes or 11 kills is what they have attained to get 16 points. We have seen them attain this average every single time throughout the day. Ruthless have been suppressed to 15 points, but I do believe that they're going to have a safe cushion on the first position themselves. Studs, in case they were converted another knock or another team altogether, just by the frags itself, they would have had those 12 points.
They would have, and yes, it could have bumped up a really good number as well, racking things up for themselves. DAESH as well, talking about fully loaded, they have come to 6, and Open Reflex, unfortunately, all of those fights that they were taking, it was not with full commitment. It was just that they wanted to take it willy-nilly and they just run around, reach inside the circle, and that's what caught them off guard.
Yeah, obviously, but TOPG, that one grenade gave way to attain this 5 frags, and after that it seems like the corners they were holding, they had their backs against the wall, so they couldn't do much. All they could do is just pick up frags before they got taken down. But Z Warriors on the other side, a little bit of a disappointment yet again by the end of the day, where I felt like RGB would have got some really good points for themselves, or at least 5+. They fall down with 0 pointers.
They're like the Humpty Dumpty. They always have a big fall. And once they have it, they're always sitting towards their bottom line itself. RGB yet to prove why they're here in the top 20. And I'm just waiting for their power pack performance. Till now, I thought they're going to have a leeway. You told that after Rondo, they might showcase the gameplay, but they haven't woken just yet. They're still thinking that let's just take things slow. This is just day 2. But day 2, what's the comeback day?
Obviously, right? And there's another team which has taken a very big slumber in the name of Big Empire, not done any kind of achievement whatsoever throughout the 2 days, but it doesn't end for them. They can still contest for the 2nd and the 3rd position, as they have a lot of points to catch up for. But the overall standings is going to give us a clearer picture as to which team stands where, because ultimately it's all about them looking at these points table and deciding how the strats are going to look in the upcoming 2 days.
But before all of that, let's just head towards the MVP and understand what he did most significantly and get things right. Risen definitely for 4 guys, he did live up to the expectation, but yet again, when it comes to those 1v2s, man, he always fumbles.
I mean, he's got 6 frags.
He did.
And I believe that, that is enough for him to boost his confidence and to see how it goes in the further moments of the game. or the
True.
further moments of the tournament.
So yeah, Risen on top of his shoulders, the moment all of that work comes in, right, he crumbles. He breaks down. We could see it in Miramar.
See, I agree what you're saying right now, but those 6 frags speak for itself.
They do. Imagine 2 more. Imagine 2
Are you
more.
expecting too much of this man, or is he of
He has showcased such kind of individual prowess. That's
I
the
believe
reason
he's
I
got
have.
that caliber then.
Yeah, he has the caliber, but it's just that he's been choking. And that's the choke which I want him to just release the tension. The moment he does that, he's going to be one of the top fraggers. Trust me on that.
Oh, let's see whether he's going to live up to the expectations of my co-caster over here. And hopefully we'll be able to see some of you join again tomorrow. But before we go, there's a lot of things we need to inform you as well. One amongst them have to be the overall standing. Without any further ado, let's just head into the overall standing and see how much of a gap does the top team hold amongst the rest of them. 151 points. Yesterday it was 60, and today it seems like they've made it to 90.
Well, lovely performance from 4 guys as well. I mean, those 6 kills did contribute in a really good manner. Total 60 points onto this team. Team the DAESH.
The comeback story you were
The
speaking about.
comeback story is real and I'm loving it. To every point of it. Fully loaded also, they have amplified the entire action. The placement points is one of the places where they have made it perfect. And if the DAESH manages to reach towards the top 4, they can for sure get that winner chicken dinner, and they will reach up to the expectations of RUTHLESSS as well.
Let's see whether that's going to be the case. Welcome to MINAS as well. Look at the points difference for the hashtag 3 position. 54, 53, 53. Donkey Kong Energy, even they've got 53 points. Not far away is going to be Open Reflex. Atomic Wild as well got 48. Just around another 4 to 5 points difference. The Studs are still in the race. Clan X are still in the race.
Yeah.
TOPG, they'll have to do a little bit of a heavy lifting in the initial stages. I believe that they, KRULEX and Z Warriors, all these 3 teams can still make a proper comeback.
For sure. Same goes for TOOP as well. They have showcased their individual gameplay. It just fell too shy today. Eventually, they'll catch up to the entire pace. RAKUZAN, not much action seen from themselves itself. And KALINGA, well, they have been somewhat isolated every single time they drop down.
Seems like the game of snake and ladder. Every time they climb, I feel they bite their own tail and then they fall down. So hopefully we'll be able to see them, come up with a different kind of a strategy, keep it a little cool, try to play in the final circles, try to survive for a longer period of time, because the stat speaks for himself.
True.
He's got 8 frags in comparison to 6 possession points. So there's a lot of things going on over here. ZENSE needs to come back to the sense as well.
ZENSE, sense, it doesn't make sense at all. The way they play itself, it's so inferior. They have like the inferiority complex in them whenever they take those fights. And that's what, marks the demise earlier on itself. Those initial point of contacts, even though it looks picture perfect, later on the conversion itself, it takes ages, and that's where they entirely fumble.
I hope that, one good game and they come back to the conference, because the hashtag and the hashtag 2 and the hashtag 3 position are still to take, whereas the hashtag 1 position, it seems like RUTHLESS have already put one finger on that 50,000, which is going to be given away for the top position.
True, and getting that early advantage itself just makes me think about how they performed in Season 2. It's a similar kind of performance.
Okay.
Yes, same story, getting that early winner chicken dinners right off the bat, and then just making the difference for themselves so they can sit back and relax at the end days and not do much of the heavy lifting that they're doing right now. So yeah, 2nd and 3rd position, like you rightly mentioned, we could see just 1 point difference between 4, 5, 6 and 7. So that's where I'm worried for the 2nd and 3rd position. It's soon going to be under contention. Tomorrow is going to be like the moment.
The actual comeback day.
Actual comeback day. Yes, that's what we were looking forward for.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed the stream so far, and probably you guys are enjoying what we are doing, so do not forget to follow us on our socials as well.
That's right.
But who do you think is going to be the team which is going to make a bigger comeback tomorrow?
Bigger comeback. I hope KRULEX can go ahead and do something big. Same goes with ZENSE as well. I'm expecting a lot from them. 4 guys, they have showcased their individual gameplay. So they have reached towards the top 4 again and again. And tomorrow is going to be that time for them to go ahead and show off their skills. But we have few things in our arsenal. This garage has kept those 3 things away from you. Let me just go ahead and open that box and let you all know. First things first, it's gonna be the RAM. If you want multitasking, if you want to open multiple browsers and just enjoy the efficiency, then go ahead, get this DDR5 RAM. It's 1.75 times faster than a DDR4, and for that you have to tune in with a perfect motherboard as well. Moving forward, if you want to store all of your data, if you want to store all of your pictures and whatnot, whether it be from phone or the device, games, exactly, fast load, just like this, 1050 MB per second is what the speed is. It is an SSD from Crucial itself, so go ahead, check it down in the description below. Third things third, if you want the FPS in your PC and you want to play flawless 1440p gaming, this is gonna be your go-to. That's gonna be the GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super, and yes, it comes in white as well. Well, we've been talking about this place again and again, right, Aka?
Yeah,
it has
garage.
been lovely. The garage. We have a buggy right here. We have a Jeep right here for a quick getaway.
I have the buggy. You got the Jeep.
Oh, yes. I have got the Jeep. Yes, sorry. A little bit of things like that. Yes, switcheroo. Yes.
Okay.
So talking about the garage, let's just go ahead and cut through the chase. It is powered by Brainstorm and designed by Fury, beautifully explained and made by the Esports Club. Well, this is how the entire thing rolls. And that's how you can go ahead and enjoy such good content. And this is the place where the esports is done right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with this, I think it's time for us to bid you goodbye. But before that, let me remind you this. Even though Ruthless is holding the top spot, there are several teams right now which is going to be fighting it out. If you guys have missed out the scoreboards and you want to know more about the overall standings, do not forget to follow us on our socials as well. Share it among your friends. Do not be greedy. Let them also come in to enjoy multiple games that is going to take place over here. With all of these things said and done, I do believe it's time for us to bid you guys goodbye. Do not forget to tune in tomorrow. But before I go, how can I not let the little man speak? Because he's the man of the hour. I'm going to let him end the day on the note he does.
Well, day 2 is already over, guys. And I'm hoping that you're going to be here for day 3's action as well. For now, it's going to be a bye-bye from our end. So make sure you guys enjoy it and rank up in whatever games you guys play. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.
You're my best kept secret. I don't know why, but I still try to keep it. You got me in pieces, 'cause you know you're my muse, you're my weakness. I'll do anything for you. I'll do anything not to lose you. So I'll keep my mouth shut. 'Cause having you is such a rush. Got me feeling so used. Got me acting confused. Got on all myself, baby, I'll pull you through. 'Cause loving you is you. 'Cause loving you
short to play it on speed run. Only get one, no option to rerun. With Babylon goals who high to reach them. Down to earth, stay grinding when storms come. Rat race, only one to run from. Better say cheese, but saying split in the funds. Living in the moment, I ain't worried about none. I'm straight chillin', back against the wall, too acquainted with the feeling. Might get lost tomorrow, find a way if I'm willing. Only fear God, not spreading this lost children. Price on my head, exported a few trillion. Doing side missions whenever I'm feeling. I'm built different, cruise with no ceiling. Sun shining on me, boy, I'm indifferent. Go! Come on, let's go. I don't know what comes next, but I couldn't care less. I refuse to feel stressed. There's no fear in my chest. Hit a boom for my steps. Walk away from the pain I've been through. This feeling I'm feeling is brand new. This is the moment I break through. I ain't really with it back forth. You can keep the hustle, homie. I can't bear it all. Bull-headed in the market like you asked for. Then I saw you move the target like a matador. Come on, I'm ready to go get it like a Labrador. Dog days done and I'm tired of the tug of war. Broke off the leash and I ain't going back no more. I've been better ever after like Barrymore. Hold up, let me reset. Living in the matrix, used to sequence. I cracked the code, popped out the subnet. Walk around like I found a 20, that's a dubstep. Living in the moment, did you notice that ain't up yet? You can put the pressure on me, I ain't dropping one sweat. Used to be stressed hard, beating like a drum set. Breathe, stretch, let it go. Everybody need a refresh, go. Yeah.